I rank where the view is nothing less than phenomenal. For how I express and project from my abdominal. The only view better, both my daddy and my mama know. No living parents, my sons give me balance. My wife is my serenity, this mic is my identity. The world is foul enough, that's why I write without obscenities. Provoking danger with broken language and spoken anguish. Begging to get hurt, why would you ask to go through changes? Yes, Lord, life's a chessboard, master the angles. Control the tempo, be the one who holds the info. Acknowledge is just as deadly as machete swings. When spoken, the truth is as potent as that Medellin. While others swear the style is free, I just let it ring. Our time is undervalued, soldiers make us better kings. My fam's on my shoulder, reaching after better things. Today I take the shot, for them I'd rather set the screen.
My mother told me follow my dreams. My daddy told me get it by any means. Stand tall, make him bow to a king. But I've evolved, you can see the resolve. Look in my eyes when you speaking to God.
Life and for those who we caught up in using what I was scarred with the muse. I guess they call it proving I'm more than an artist. Penciling out my darkest while stenciling out a harvest. And storing what gets me from A to B, just like garages. Instrumental with collages. Envision what I've been drawing. Broadway to give you rhythm like the great Lena Horne. So bent on, found comfort in the storm. Find peace and on when you see them others perform. Organized chaos, I'll cast it like hey ya.
Yo, party people in the place to be. What's good? It's number one Chief Rock Knicks Universe main man, Uncle Freezy. Can y'all hear me out there? Test. Can y'all hear me out there? I'm working from a new machine. I'm working from my laptop, man. Not working from the desktop in Studio G. Can y'all hear me out there? Can y'all hear me out there? Nah. Y'all want this party started right. Y'all want this party started quickly, right? Good, man. Good. Man, it's good to be here, man. Good to be here rocking with y'all, man. Had a lot of stuff going on, man, but, can't stop, won't stop. So I'm in a different setting, man. I'm in a spot back, you know what I'm saying, in this little room. We trying to renovate, trying to do over, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? So the setting is a little different. I'm not in Studio G. Shout out to Chef NYK in the building. What's good? Jermaine Royster, what's good, boss? What's good? Not Zay is in the building. Will Salkin. Jermaine Royster's in the building. What's good, man? Good to see y'all. Good to see y'all, man. I got a show that I want to do. It's called the Knicks season preview, right? And I have a lot of questions that I want to ask. Some are rhetorical, and some I need answers for. Some I need answers for. I ain't even gonna lie to you. Some of them I don't have the answers to, and it's because as a fan base, I think we don't have the answers to, right? But I want to do the season preview. Want to preview this season. Get y'all to tell me what y'all think. I'll tell you. I'll share my thoughts with y'all. We can exchange, and then y'all tell me what's going on with you. What's good? Yeah, man. Let me start by sharing some of the questions that I have. Right. So question number one for me, and this is not a fan-based question. This is an Uncle Freezy question. Yo, King Ribby is in the building. What's good? King Ribby in the building. Can't stop, won't stop. What's good? Oh, let me shout out everybody that's been hitting me up. So I've been going through this weird thing, man. It's like a weird time. Like, So I had an infection in my leg. So, you know, when diabetics get infections in their leg, you already know what's got to happen. You got to go to the hospital, protect yourself, all that stuff. And then Miss Mo, with her beautiful self, was dealing with her personal issue. You know what I'm saying? Dealing with breast cancer, man. So we came through that. Miss Mo, at this very moment, is cancer free. You know what I'm saying? That's a blessing. Just sharing some stuff with the ones that had been hitting me up, and I wasn't able to get back with them. And then we came home, and then we had a wiring issue in our house, right? So that's the reason why I hadn't been on, because I'm trying to get an electrician to come and fix the joint, and I'm still waiting on the electrician. Yeah. So thank you for everybody that was checking in on us, man. Make me really realize that this Knicks thing is really Knicks family. It's really Knicks family, man. So thank y'all for checking in on me, man. I appreciate all of y'all. And the ones that I hadn't been able to get back to, y'all know it ain't that. Y'all know what it is. So here is my question. About this upcoming Knicks season, right? Here is my question about the Knicks upcoming season, right? Here is my question. Is Tom Thibodeau still a quality playoff level coach? Liquid Snake in the building. Keith Turner's in the building. Mr. Turner, what's good? David L is in the building. Here's my question going into this season. Is Tom Thibodeau still a quality playoff level coach? If he is, why not give him the tools to see how far he can take this roster? If he is not, what are we doing? If the game has passed Tom Thibodeau by, what are we doing? Right? Soul Fingers in the building. What's good, Soul Finger? What's happening? Subliminal 209 is in the building. What's good, sub? What's happening? Kerry Cox in the building. Mr. Cox. So question number one, and I know you guys don't get these type of questions from other Knicks content creators, and I'm sorry if I'm off on a beaten path. I don't do that intentionally just to be opposite. I legit have these questions. These are questions that I need answers for. So that I know how to root for this team. Right? Right? And so I'm using my Chromebook right now. So I'm using a document. So if the camera act crazy, it's not, you know what I'm saying, blinking. It's me going back and forth on this Word doc, y'all. I was using a Windows machine in Studio G. Now I'm using a Chromebook. So y'all bear with me. I'm not blacking out or nothing. Kerry Cox says he is. Leon has yet to get him that superstar, right? But so here's the thing that I want to ask. Here's the thing. Excuse me. If Tibbs is that guy, why not go get him the weaponry so that he can actually fight the good fight? Right? Yo, Coach is in the building. Bodega Wi-Fi, what's good? Hey, Coach, man, I miss you, dog. Hey, Coach, I miss you. Let me get this thing. So Coach, and for everybody, listen, I'm working off my laptop, so I don't have the same capabilities of doing stuff at the same speed that I could do it in Studio G. So y'all bear with me while I try to work my way through this stuff. Yo, Charlie Ward cousin is in the building. What's good? What's good, Charlie Ward cousin? Red Solo Cup. I drink you up. What's good, party people? So I have a few other questions, right? I'm gonna ask them to you. Yeah, South Brooklyn, we back, baby. You know what I'm saying? Yo, I was talking to Soulfinger on the phone the other day, man. Soulfinger is like my brother. You know what I'm saying? Soulfinger, man, Soulfinger and a few others, man. I really miss y'all when I'm not rocking, man. I'm like that reggae artist. That you know you know how some reggae artists be like, this is an original. Real love. I'm searching for a real love. That's how I feel about Soulfinger. That's my dog. Yo, Alexander Rivera's in the building. What's good? All future media is in the building. What's good? Danny Landis is in the building. What's good? So let me get these questions out here. I want to ask y'all these questions because we do live streams not just to vent all the time. We do live streams to vent a lot, right? But mostly to give the real fans a place to express their opinion. That's what Blorange Tears is. Real fans with a real place to express their opinions whenever they feel like it. And we don't always have to agree. But we got a place that we can vent. Right? So here are a few other of my questions, right? Here's question number 2. And y'all tell me what y'all think. Does the front office really believe in this roster? And if they believe in this roster, what do they think this roster as currently constructed can do? What can this roster right now? What is the ultimate capability of this roster? What is the ultimate capability of this roster? Right? I got a few more questions for you, and then we'll get down to what they call the nitty-gritty. Is Jalen Brunson enough to help get this team to the playoffs? And how far can this team go with Jalen Brunson at point guard? It's a lot to think about. And I know you've already been thinking about this, but what I want you to do is think for a second about what I asked. Is Jalen Brunson enough to get this team to the playoffs? And how far in the playoffs can we go with Jalen Brunson? I have 5 more questions, right? And what we'll do over this next few minutes, however long we rock, what we're going to do is try to answer all these questions. Y'all give me your perspective. We'll see what we can get out of this. But I have a few more questions, right? Is Julius Randle ready to return to Bubble Juju? Is Julius Randle ready to return to Bubble Juju? Because I think with Bubble Ju, we are a playoff team. Bubble Ju is an MVP candidate. And I'm not saying winning it. I'm saying in the conversation, like top 10, in my opinion. Right? And you know what I base that on? Bubble Ju being a top 8 MVP candidate. We've seen that already. All right. Here's another question for y'all. What is RJ Barrett look like in his fourth season? What is year 4 RJ? Is RJ Barrett ready to take on the supervillains of the league? What is year 4 RJ Barrett? What is RJ Barrett look like what does RJ Barrett look like in his fourth year? And if he is that guy, do we necessarily need to go out and get another guy? If RJ Barrett is that guy, do you need an SGA? Do you need a Brandon Ingram? I know I have a lot of questions and I don't have a lot of answers, but what I do have is a lot of passionate Knicks fans to help me work my way through it. For my critics that'll say, man, you don't have a lot of answers to all them questions, I say, well, I got a lot of people in the chat that can help me get through it. It is what it is. Blorange Tears is a family, man. We work through this thing together. Right? All right. 3 more questions, and then we'll start the conversation getting down to what we like to call the nitty-gritty. All right. Which Knicks player is poised to break out? Which Knicks player is poised to break out? I'll give you a hint on which Knicks player I think is poised to break out, and it changed from earlier in the season, right? And my initial player was Emmanuel Quickly, but he looks awful. Okay? Chef NYK, stop reading my mind, man. Chef NYK is hacking my computer. Chef NYK just hacked my computer, bro. Hey, that ain't funny. You know what I'm saying? Chef NYK up here, you know what I'm saying? Yo, the hip-hop legend Core Mega is in the building. What's good? Which Knicks player is poised to break out? I don't want to get to that point yet because it's just a question. What I'm going to do, because during the live stream, we'll circle back to it. I wanted to throw these questions out there so y'all understand that we got to have a flow to the conversation. But the player I think that's going to break out for the Knicks, his name rhymes with Denzel Robinson. Denzel Robinson, his name rhymes with Denzel Robinson. That's what I'm going to say right now. That's my hint. That's my hint right now. Right? Chef NYK says he's Morpheus. Yo, that's hilarious. That's hilarious. All right. So here's the thing. So I have 2 other questions. One wraps around to question number 1, but I wrote these down just to make sure that I didn't forget anything, right? So the second to the last question is, who is going to be the surprise Knick this season? And I'm going to just tell y'all off the rip, I'm going to give you my answer. I think the surprise Knick this season is Isaiah Hartenstein. The surprise Nick this season is Isaiah Hartenstein. Right? Now, my last question, and it's going to wrap around to question number 1. So we'll tie these two together, right? Or tie these 3 questions together. What does a playoff berth mean for this organization? Chat, what does a playoff berth mean for this organization? What does a playoff berth mean for this organization? So if we make the playoffs and win, what does it mean? If we make the playoffs and lose, what does it mean? If we make the second round of the playoffs, what does it mean? If we make the playoffs and maybe surprise some people, what does it mean ultimately? Ultimately, what does it mean? Right? Say we make the playoffs and knock somebody off. Say we catch a Philly team and we surprise them. What does that mean for what does that mean ultimately? Right? Yo, Hewlett Samuel is in the building. What's good? Chef NYK says 99 finals. All right. So let's circle back around to question number 1, what I started the conversation off with. Because what I want to do is give you a syllabus on what it is that I'm looking to ask you. And then that way you can ultimately follow along with the conversation to see what it is that because I want Knicks fans to tell me what Knicks fans think, right? Because I've been sitting in here, me and Mo walk around, sometimes mad as hell, watching other people, watching non-Knicks fans tell Knicks fans what Knicks fans should think. And I'm tired of non-Knicks fans telling Knicks fans what they should think and what they should expect. Y'all feel me? Anybody else have that vibe? Like non-Knicks fans are telling Knicks fans how to feel. Ugh. Hold on, I gotta get some ice. Hold on. Yeah, y'all. So, yo, Gardner Knicks is in the building. Okay. Cam Goldberg is in the building. I see Johnny Davis in the building. All right. I see y'all. My thing is this. As a Knicks fan, thank you, Boss Lady. As a Knicks fan, I kind of get a little frustrated that non-Knicks fans are telling me what to think. I know I said that already, but I want to say that I said that so that I can say this. I'm interested in what Bodega Wi-Fi got to say. Right? I'm interested in what Subliminal 209 has to say. Right? The Keith Turners of the world. Right? Because y'all are in tune to to the wavelength that the Knicks fans are on. Right? And Bodega, and look, hey, read my mind. And I know I'm a plain dude. I know people, Man, Uncle Freezy he plain. He's standard. Uncle Freezy is a ham sandwich. I know. Yo, Wiz is in the building. What's good, Wiz? Wiz in the building. D'Angelo, what's good? D'Angelo, bro, it's not my fault, bro. Half the house is without electric. I mean, what you want me to do? I called the electrician. He ain't came yet. D'Angelo, what you want me to do, brother? I mean, Miss Geraldine is in the building. What's good? Miss Geraldine, how to bowling? All right, so here's the thing. Let's get back to so let's get back to question number one. So question number one is Tom Thibodeau still a quality playoff level coach? Y'all tell me what y'all think. Is Tom Thibodeau still a quality playoff level coach? What do y'all think about Tibbs? Can Tom Thibodeau handle adversity? Can Tom Thibodeau handle adversity as the Knicks coach? When adversity happens, and it's going to happen, right? When adversity happens, and it's going to happen, will Tom Thibodeau be able to adjust? Will Tom Thibodeau be able to adjust to the NBA in 2022-2023? Miss Geraldine, I see you. Light a fire under them. Y'all better get yourself together. Yeah, man. Yo, and then Sub says, so Sub says playoffs, yes and no. Rotations are smaller, but he can't adapt. What I'm gonna say to Tom Thibodeau is this. I'm gonna give Tom Thibodeau a clean slate. Right? I'm gonna give Tom Thibodeau a clean slate, but a short leash. Y'all feel me? I'm giving Tom Thibodeau a clean slate, but a short leash. Because if things start going like year one and year two, we gotta change course. Because a lot of Knicks fans are tired of the same old coach speak, blase, blah. We tried this, we're doing that. It's about this, it's about that. And ultimately, you still get no result. You don't get the result that you want. And I understand that Tom Thibodeau has a winning record as a Knicks coach. As a Knicks head coach, Tom Thibodeau has a winning record, but I don't care. Because this is not about Tom Thibodeau's legacy as an NBA coach. This is about the Knicks organization stepping into a new world. And if Tibbs can't get us to step into a new world, we need to find somebody who can. Because as we speak, the NBA is evolving, going in new directions. Teams are playing 6'8" guys, 6'8" athletes at center because of the speed of the game. Hard Will in the building was good. I'm giving Tom Thibodeau the cleanest of slates. Okay? The cleanest of slates. Right? I'm giving Tibbs a cleaner slate than Leon Rose said Tibbs was getting all the players coming into training camp. Cleaner than that. But a short leash. Right? Because we can't go into a year 5 RJ with this type of baggage. Because if you give Tibbs this year of the same old 41, 42 wins, get hot at the end of the season, get some tiebreakers, make the playoffs, blah, 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 blah. Then what you have is year 9. Was it year 10, Julius? Year 9, Julius. Year 5, RJ. Year 6, Mitch. With this same baggage. Is that what y'all want? Is that what y'all want? Year 4, Obi of 8, 9 points a game. And year 4 quickly of 11 points a game on 39% shoot. Is that what y'all want? That's not what I want. What I want is a clean slate for Tibbs, but a short leash. And Bodega Wi-Fi says, Thibodeau staying. He'll finish his contract. So, but here's the thing. Here's the thing with that. I don't mind Tibbs finishing his contract if Tom Thibodeau is able to extract the talent that we feel like we have on this roster. I don't mind if we see progress. Right? Because year 1 was a step in the right direction. Year 2, we made progress, right? We didn't have the record that we wanted, but we saw steps from Obi, Quickly, RJ, Grimes. We saw steps from players. Year 3 has to be another step. Because we don't have any significant rookies. So basically, our rookies are our sophomores. Our rookies are our sophomores, basically. Our rookies are Grimes, McBride, and Sims. And if we don't see steps from them, then what are we doing? We can't count Trevor Keels, and we can't count Ferrari Hunt. We can't count Ferrari Hunt. And that's the name Subliminal 209 gave him. Subliminal 209, that's his name. Ferrari Hunt, that's his name. Yo, JJ is in the building. JJ, what's good, my brother? Ed Winning is in the building. Eric Sirial, what's good? So this season here, coming up, because Trevor Keels is not getting minutes. Ferrari Hunt is not getting minutes, right? John Montero ain't nowhere around. I don't even know where John Montero is, right? So this year, our sophomores are basically our freshmen. Our sophomores are basically our freshmen. Quentin Grimes is basically a rookie. Miles McBride is basically a rookie. Jericho Sims is basically a rookie. Right? So if we don't win 50 games and we don't develop the young guys, what in the world are we doing? And when I mean young guys, I mean all of them. I don't mean just the sophomores. I mean RJ. I mean Mitch. I mean Obi. I mean Quickly. I mean Grimes. And these guys are going to play. So to the question, is Tibbs still a quality playoff level coach? I think he is. I think Tibbs is still, or let me rephrase that. I think Tom Thibodeau has grown into a quality playoff level coach. I think Tibbs has grown into a quality playoff level coach, and here's why. I see adjustments all over the place. I see the summer league stuff. I see the preseason stuff. Right? I saw with my own eyes Tom Thibodeau put faith in Cam Reddish and Obi Toppin at the same time. Now, did they come through? No, they didn't. Yo, Forbes Phil's in the building. My God, what's good? Forbes Phil is in the building. I saw Tom Thibodeau adjust his offense in Summer League, right? I also saw Tom Thibodeau scrap. Think about this. In Summer League, Tom Thibodeau scrapped his read and react offense and played high pick and roll and featured a guard. Did y'all see the same thing? During Summer League, Tom Thibodeau scrapped his read and react offense, played 3 different versions of pick and roll, and featured Quentin Grimes. Is that what y'all not saw? Did you see read and react in the Summer League? Or did you see Quentin Grimes taking a lot of shots? Somebody in the chat tell me if I'm wrong. During Summer League, Tom Thibodeau scrapped his read and react offense, ran high pick and roll, and let the backcourt shoot as much as they wanted. Did anybody else see that in Summer League? Somebody let me know. All right. So I saw that. I saw Tom Thibodeau feature a guard in Summer League, 2 guards, because Miles McBride handled the ball a lot in Summer League. Now, in the loss to Indiana, down the stretch, I saw Tom Thibodeau put faith in Cam Reddish and Obi Toppin to see if they could pull out a victory with those 2 on the floor. Now, with that said, Emmanuel Quickly was playing for the Pacers. Right? Keep Turner like, yo, he gonna flop. He gonna flip-flop. No, I'm just, Turner, I'm just making observations. That's all. It's not opinion. It's observation. Did Tibbs give the green light to Grimes and McBride in Summer League? Kerry Cox agrees. McBride and Grimes were featured in Summer League. Yes. The point I'm making is, did Tom Thibodeau make a modern adjustment? Did Tom Thibodeau make a modern game adjustment? Yes, he did. Did the 3rd preseason game against the Pacers, did Tibbs put faith in Cam Reddish and Obi? Did he leave them out in a long stretch of playing time? Yes, he did. He left Cam and Obi out on the floor to try to figure it out. Did he not leave them on the floor to try to figure it out against the Pacers? Now, Ben Mathurin went bananas on Emmanuel Quickly, but he left them out there anyway to try to figure it out. So is Tibbs making so is Tom Thibodeau open to making adjustments? I'm not ready to say because it's not the regular season, but I can say in fairness to the question that I think Tibbs may be open to becoming a modern NBA coach if things are going his way. If things are going his way, I think he's open to it. But if things don't go his way, is he still willing to be a modern NBA coach, or will he go back into his shell and coach like it's 1991? Is Tibbs still a quality level playoff coach? I think he has the potential to be. I think he's learning. But if things don't go his way, I think it's quantum leap. If things don't go Tibbs' way, I think it's quantum leap. It's 1996 all over again. And Miss Geraldine says, nah, we can't trust that. We can't trust that. We can't trust that, right? We can't trust that if everything goes Tibbs' way, you know what I'm saying, he's going to coach like it's 2023. Nah, It's always going to be 1996 for Tibbs. That's what I get out of Miss Geraldine's comment. That, it don't matter. It don't matter if it don't matter if we're up by 18 with 5 minutes left to go in a preseason game. He's still going to put in the starters at the end of the game because he want to win. And you know what? I can see that because I saw that in the last preseason game. All right. Here's question number 2. Right? Does the front office believe in this roster, or are they loading up to make a deal? Kerry Cox, I understand. Kerry Cox is like, yo, I got it, bro. I got trust. Hey, Cox, man, I'm the best moderator in the game, bro. Trust me. I got you. I got you. I got you. Does the front office believe in this roster? Right? Here's my bipartisan answer. No front office totally believes that their roster is perfect. No front office believes that their roster is perfect. And I think the Knicks front office, yo, Fish is in the building. Fish, what's good, man? I don't think this front office believes in this roster, and not in a disrespectful way, but how can you believe that a 37-win roster can turn into a championship contender? Y'all feel me? Like, in what universe should a front office believe that a 37-win team can compete for a championship? Rivera was good. Rivera in the building, sir. I don't believe that this front office thinks this team is a championship contender. And it's not because they don't like the pieces. They just feel like they might need more. And if they need more pieces, then are they willing to make the move to get more talent in here? And what type talent? Hotline Bling is in the building. What's good? I see you. Rivera be working day and night like Michael Jackson. Working day and night. Working day and night. So I don't believe that the Knicks front office believes that this 37-win team is a team of destiny. So I feel like they are working behind the scenes to maybe pull off a mega move. What that mega move is, I don't know. It seems like the target has been upgrading the shooting guard position. Right? So what shooting guard, what combo guard can the Knicks go get to help this team get over the hump? What combo guard can the Knicks go? What combo guard can the Knicks acquire that makes the deal even worth it? Right? And do you have the pieces to go get that guy? And will that guy be a fit for what it is that you're looking to do going forward? So if you're the Knicks, you have to consider the position, the talent level, the age, the salary. You have to consider all these things, the fit. Greenie's in the building. What's good, Greenie? Yo, shout out to all my family in North Carolina, South Carolina. Shout out to all my people in Florida. Shout out to all my day ones in Florida. Shout out to all my peoples in Jersey City, Patterson. Shout out to all my people in the Bronx, South Bronx. Shout out to all my people in the South Bronx. Shout out to the Bronx, period. Shout out to Brooklyn. Shout out to Queens, Inwood, Far Rock, all my family in Far Rock. Right? Shout out to Long Island. Shout out to Staten Island. Manhattan. Brooklyn. Shout out to Brooklyn. Uptown. What's good? Shout out to everywhere else. The New Rochelle's, the Mount Vernons. Shout out to New York. Shout out to all my people. Just talk to my people from Baltimore. Shout out to my people from Baltimore, DMV, Philly, Detroit. Yo, come on, man. Never. Yeah, man. Yo, this is hilarious. I ain't even gonna lie. Yo, when you in Mount Vernon, you can legit look down the street and see the Bronx. It's crazy, right? You can legit just look down the street. Yo, they're gonna Bronx over there. Yeah, man. Shout out to Mount Vernon, man. Yo, one of my people, one of my favorite people in the world. She's from a place called Yonkers, and she always would be like, "Yo, why y'all don't never say nothing about Yonkers?" And I joke with her like, "What the hell is Yonkers?" What is Yonkers? Yo, but I'm messing around. Shout out to Yonkers, USA. Shout out to Yonkers, USA, man. Shout out to everybody watching worldwide, internationally. You know what I'm saying? Throw your cities. Throw where you at. Oh, shout out to Toronto. Manchild. Where Manchild at? Shout out to Toronto. Shout out to Toronto and man, we got fans all over the place. Minneapolis, Minnesota, Detroit, Michigan. Got a lot of fans in Toronto, a lot of fans in Minnesota, a lot of fans in LA. Shout out to Los Angeles, California. Shout out to Hempstead is in the building. Shout out to the island. High Point. High Point. Yeah, man. Shout out to the Carolinas. Colorado's in the building. Brentwood, the island is in the building. Brentwood. Hip hop, hip hop. Y'all know, y'all know about that Brentwood hip hop. I ain't even gotta go there. Hip hop, hip hop. Y'all already know what it is. Brentwood. Shout out to Stockton. Shout out to Portland, Oregon in the building. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Wiz says LaMelo, Booker, and Brown put any combo of Fournier, Rose, Grimes, IQ, and four unprotected first-round picks. Bim. Wiz said, hey, throw Cam in there too. D'Angelo was in the building. Shout out to Brooklyn. D'Angelo's in the building. That's my guy. D'Angelo's like my brother, man. D'Angelo's my brother. What's good? Pierre Moise is in the building. All right, let me get to the other question, right? So does the front office believe in this roster? My answer is I don't believe they have 100% faith in a team that won 37 games, and it's not that they don't like the roster. They just don't feel like this roster is ready. Right? They just don't feel like this roster is ready. Okay? And so with that said, I'm not saying that the roster is a terrible roster. I feel like the front office, and this is me thinking on behalf of the front office. I just don't think that they believe this 37-win team, even with Jalen Brunson, has enough punch to it to contend with the Milwaukee Bucks of the world. And my question to you, Knicks fan, is how can you blame them? How can you blame them? And D'Angelo says, do a road show at my house and you'll eat so much you won't believe it. And there will be no cucumbers. Hey, D'Angelo, I got breaking news. Breaking news. The doctor took me off of my vegan diet because of a lack of protein. My doctor's like, yo, you got Uncle Freezy. I understand the weight loss thing, but you got to have a balanced diet, man. You got to do protein. So I've been trying to get back right. I'm still not a meat and animal product fan, but I've been trying to kind of like balance out my diet, man. So hotline now. I haven't had steak since. I haven't eaten steak or anything like that since February, at least. At least. So yeah, I could probably eat fish, but I haven't. And so this whole thing is new to me. So I'm trying to kind of make the adjustment, right? So this thing with the infection happened 2 weeks ago when I canceled live streams because I thought I had the flu, but I didn't have the flu. I had flu-like symptoms because of an infection that I had in my leg, and I didn't know. I thought I had the flu. So one morning, Greenie hit me up. Greenie was like, "Yeah, I mean, not Greenie, but Rivera hit me up and was like, Rivera, he was like, yo, you ready to do New School Knicks? I was like, nah, I feel like I got the flu or something. And so I canceled all the stuff. I thought I had the flu, but nah, it was an infection that had me, you know what I'm saying, with flu-like symptoms. And anyway. Yeah. TC in the building. Shout out to Minneapolis. What's good? Minnesota's in the building. Luke Skywalker Visions. What's good? He said, hey, Luke Skywalker Vision says, eat some quinoa. Yeah, I gotta once the electrician come and fix the wire, all our food went bad. So once the electrician come and we get things tightened up in here, then we'll go to the grocery store and knock some stuff out. You know what I'm saying? You know, we'll see. We'll see from there. You know what I'm saying? We'll rock and roll from there. And I appreciate y'all's suggestions. What we'll do is probably just try to do the best we can. You know what I'm saying? The main thing to me is exercising, getting my fat rump up and exercise. And I need to do more of that. I have been extremely lazy lately, like not doing push-ups, not walking, not none of that. Right. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. So let me get to the other question, right? Is Jalen Brunson enough to get this Knicks to the playoffs? And how far can a Jalen Brunson, RJ Barrett, Julius Randle led team go in the playoffs? Knicks forever. Is Jalen Brunson enough? Because basically, it's Jalen Brunson and last year's team. Hey, y'all saw the video of Benny yesterday. That Joker is about, Benny probably is about 60 pounds. Right? So he grabbed, cause I had the broom sweeping and he was jumping at the broom, like playing. Right? I was like, oh, just want to play. And then so I was sitting on this old ass futon we done had for like 99,000 years. Just pulled it out of nowhere, just sat. I was sitting in the futon by Mo, and it's a lot. It's crazy, just a lot of stuff. Gotta rearrange the house because once you have surgery, you can't do, like when you have serious surgery, you can't do certain stuff like you used to do. Like you can't just get in the bed and then. So we had to make adjustments. So I got this futon. I'm sitting in it, and Benny comes over and I snatch him and I hold him up like making all kind of owner faces. I think Benny called me man. Can dogs say the word man? Benny was like, man. So I picked Benny up. Benny is like a 60-pound, 7-month-old red-nosed pit bull. And it's like the sweetest thing you ever seen in your life. So I pick him up. And he's trying to say man. Right? But anyway, so I recorded it and I did it once. I did it like 2 or 3 times and then put him down. And then he came back and I did it again. So I decided to record it and share it with y'all. Like I never saw a dog say the word man before. Like you know what I'm saying? Like a dog saying man. I mean, what's going on? Subliminal 209, is that a real thing? Or am I high? I don't smoke. I don't drink no more, not like I used to. I don't smoke anything like I used to. I just, you know, get high off life, I guess. Subliminal can Subliminal 209s, can dogs say the word man? Man. I know I got a dog named Gaston. He was a stray. He's not a purebred. I got a dog named Gaston around here somewhere. He probably sleep because Gaston is yeah. Gaston is 15 years old in human years. So that means he's about 900 in dog years, right? He legit will walk, like take 20 steps and collapse and go to sleep. Just gone. I'm like, what kind of guard dog are you? Anyway. So anyway, that's my thing about Benny, and the reason why I did the video yesterday. I wanted y'all to see it. He was calling me man. But anyway. I just wanted to share that with y'all, let y'all know that I'm a real person. Like I'm not a celebrity. I'm just like a real person like y'all. So is Jalen Brunson enough to get this team to the playoffs, and how far? Here's my thing with that. Here's my thing. I think Jalen Brunson is enough to get us to the playoffs, but it's like a dog chasing a car. Once you catch it, what are you going to do with it? Y'all ever seen a dog chase a car? Once a dog catch the car, what's he going to do with it? He can't eat it. He can't drive it. You know what I'm saying? Now that you got there, what are you going to do with it? TC says just start over. Just like that geez, what's the dude? Mo, what's the dude that sang Start Love Over? Miles J? Yeah. So TC says, just trade the vets and start love all over. Back to the way things were. Let's start love over. Back to the way things were. Forget about him and I'll forget about her. Somebody, a rap group used that song, man. I can't remember. A rap group used that. Let's start love over. Back to the way things were. Forget about him and I'll forget about. And so, yeah. So the thing is, if Tony got, the locks. That's right, the locks. Start rap over. Let's start rap over. Back to the way things were. Forget about them. Yeah. So the thing is if Brunson can get this team to the playoffs, what happens when we get there? That is the question. So the answer to that question is the answer to, are we in purgatory or not? See, because if Jalen Brunson gets us to the playoffs and we can make noise in the playoffs, all of a sudden, we look at ourselves as if we're the Philadelphia 76ers. All of a sudden, we look at ourselves as if we're the Atlanta Hawks. All of a sudden, we look at ourselves as if we're the Brooklyn Nets. If Jalen Brunson is the key to unlocking Mitchell Robinson and RJ Barrett, all of a sudden, we are on par with Atlanta, with Brooklyn, with Philadelphia, right? Are we on par with Milwaukee and Boston? No. Don't go that far, right? Right? Don't go that far. But if Jalen Brunson gets us to the playoffs and we can win a series, all of a sudden, the way you look at Julius Randle is different. The way that you look at RJ Barrett is different. The way you look at Mitchell Robinson is different. Right? If the Knicks with Jalen Brunson is a 5th seed that knocks off the 4 seed, is the 6th seed that knocks off the 3 seed, all of a sudden, all the conversations are different. Now, but here's the thing. If the Knicks are the 6th seed and get steamrolled by the 3 seed, all the conversations are different in a different way. If the Knicks are a 7 seed that gets absolutely destroyed by the Boston Celtics in the first round, now the conversation is different in a different way. Right? If the Knicks are the 8th seed and get absolutely destroyed by Milwaukee, if the Knicks get swept in the first round by Milwaukee, now the conversations are different. Right? Hold on for a second, y'all. I'm sorry. Gaston! Hey, y'all have a gas. Look, the dog is over here. The dog was over here stretching, licking himself. What you need, a cigarette after that? I'm sorry, y'all. The old man dog was over here licking himself. And what? How am I supposed to do a live stream after watching that? How am I supposed to concentrate after just watching this thing this dog did? And now he over here stretching. Anyway. Yeah. So if you're the Knicks and you make the playoffs, it's a two-way go, right? Because if you make the 6th seed and you catch a team like Atlanta and you knock them off, the Knicks the 6th seed, Atlanta the 3 seed, and you knock them off, how do you feel after you beat Atlanta in the first round of the playoffs? How do you feel about this team? Now, do you feel like you're one piece away from being a title contender? D'Angelo, I know. That's why I had to stop Gaston from whatever that thing he was doing. Dogs, bro. Dogs, they don't care. But anyway, my point is if the Knicks catch a sleeper, and win and upset somebody, all of a sudden, Jalen Brunson, Randle, RJ, Mitch is good enough. That group is good enough. Now all you have to do is add a piece to take the next step. But if that team makes the playoffs, right, and is only first round fodder for the Bucks, say we play the Bucks. Bucks won. We're 8. We played them. They beat us 4-0. Now we're in quicksand. We're in purgatory. Right? Because what do? Do you try to add another piece to try to make another step? Was it just a bad matchup with the Bucks? Do you scrap it altogether and go young? What do you do in that case? What do you do in that case? Subliminal 209 says, it's all right if we make the playoffs and lose. That happened to us against the Hawks. Then the next season we brought in a backcourt. They were bringing new pieces. I don't know, sub. JJ says, we desperately need to get out of purgatory ASAP. Hulk TV is in the building. Let's put a pin in that one, right? I want to ask two more things, right? Just a couple more things. Is Julius Randle ready to be bubble juju again? Is Randle ready to be bubble juju again? And listen, I know cats like Hard will love Julius Randle. Right? Yo, Adam G's in the building. What's good? Adam G says, what's good? You ready for the Knicks' first game? Yes. Yes. And if we hadn't had this series of events here, I would be in Memphis, Tennessee. No lie, hand to the man. If we didn't have all this stuff going on, I'd be in Memphis probably right now. Y'all know we like to ride. I'd be in Memphis right now in some expensive hotel trying to figure out, and I don't mean expensive like bougie. I mean overpriced. Probably in some overpriced hotel. You know what I'm saying? Repping the orange and blue at the front desk. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know me. Y'all know how we are. Y'all ready for Bubble Julius? Bubble Julius is back, baby. Bubble Julius is back. And I know like the Hard Wills of the world, the D'Angelos of the world dislike confused Julius, but they love Bubble Julius. I know D'Angelo loves Bubble Julius, right? Hard Will loves Bubble Julius. Joe Madden. A lot of people love Bubble Julius, right? I think Bubble Julius is back. Bubble Julius is back. I think Bubble Julius is back. He's going to be on display tomorrow night. Wait a minute. Let me check something. Man. Knicks versus Grizzlies. Guessing. Let me check something. That's what I thought. Yeah, tomorrow, 7:30. Okay. All right. Nick Yak is in the building. Sherwin is in the building. What's good, man? Are y'all ready for Bubble Julius? I think Bubble Julius is back. I think Bubble Ju is probably going to be all-star, all-NBA, top 10 and MVP votes. I think Jalen Brunson is going to be all-star level, may not make it. There are too many guards in the East. And Hard Will says someone sat him down, like no smacking laptops down, no arguing with the refs, focus. You know what? I think the organization may be overstepped with like all these young people, not the players, but this coaching staff. Like instead of bringing in a veteran to replace Kenny Payne, you bring in a young guy. Instead of bringing in a veteran to replace Mike Woodson, you bring in a young guy with a laptop. You know what I'm saying? I think there's something to be said about wisdom. Energy is great. Energy is great. But at some point, you got to have some wisdom. You know what I'm saying? You got to have wisdom, man. You got to have an old head around you, right? It's like with the ladies. The ladies have to have a matriarch. They have to have a older lady around them to keep their heads on straight, right? It's like dudes. Men have to have OG around them to keep their heads on level. You know what I'm saying? And by the young guys they brought in last year, I'm not saying that they're not knowledgeable, right? But usually wisdom comes from experience, right? And if you hadn't been there and done that, then you can't. For instance, how is somebody Julius Randle's age going to tell Julius Randle? Think about this. How is somebody Julius Randle's age that has never played in the NBA going to tell Julius Randle about how to be an all-star? You can't. How is somebody, think about what I'm saying to you guys. Now, I'm not saying that Julius Randle should not be responsible for himself, because at the end of the day, we are all responsible for our own actions, right? But we need people there to help guide us. So to all my people in their 50s, right? All my people in our 50s, right? We need that person in their 70s and 80s to help us. Uncle Freezy, don't flip out because everything going haywire. Just relax. It's just a storm, right? Right? Don't flip out, Uncle Freezy, because you in the hospital, your wife got breast cancer, stuff going on with your house. Don't flip out. Just relax. Man, everything going easy, big fella. Calm down. Take some deep breaths, man. Don't be Julius Randle, right? Be Bubble Julius. Be Bubble Julius. Don't be crazy Julius. Be Bubble Julius, right? And so the thing with Randle, and not just him, but others. Remember, when you bring in all these kids, you got to have a babysitter. When you bring in all these kids, you have to have a shepherd, right? It's part of it. You can't just bring in all these kids and let the kids run the show. They don't know nothing. And I think that was part of what happened to us. We fell apart internally because we didn't have the requisite guys in-house to, you know what I'm saying? And now I think we do. Hey, Chef NYK, I know what you're talking about. I know, Andy. I know the grit. Both Greer brothers. Both Greer brothers. But the thing is how do they relate to the players? I think there's a good mix now. But the Greer brothers are not known for their for instance, when the Knicks played the Pacers, look at how the Knicks roster went over to Mike Woodson. Right? Look at how the Knicks players revere Mike Woodson, and Mike Woodson has been gone for a year and a half. Kenny Payne has been gone for half a year. Yeah. All right. So I've been talking long enough. Let me throw this link in the chat. Y'all be patient with me because I'm using the laptop, man. And the laptop is not as smooth as the desktop. All right, there we go. And so for the love of the game says, but if you've been in the NBA 9 years, you should be a leader already with your skill set. You should just, you just mentioned earlier how young the league and the direction. I get that part. What I'm saying is the relative part. So if you're, say, 29, 28, you've been in the league 9 years, right? What I'm saying is, regardless if you're 30 or not, you still need a mentor. Right? Regardless if you're 40 or not, you still need a mentor. Right? Regardless if you're 54 or 55 or not, you still need a mentor. Regardless if you're 60 or not, you still need a mentor.
What's good, Freeze?
What's up, boss? How you doing, man?
Everything. I'm good. Can't complain. How you? You're good?
Yeah, man. I'm good, man. It's good to see you.
Same here, bro. Shout out to the chat, everybody. Like I was just writing in reference to what you were saying, right? And the team is so young, right? I think once you don't look at age, you look at years in the NBA, right? He would be the one that would have to be more of a leader because of experience in the NBA, and I felt like, with your talent and your experience brings leadership. And when I see him doing it more now in preseason already, hopefully that continues with just knowing that you are one of the leaders here from how many years you've been in the NBA. And the leader don't always got to be the best player neither.
Nah. Usually, in all the organizations that I've been in, the leader is not always the most skilled at daily operation, right? The leader is not always the most skilled at daily operation. Daily operation is when I walk through my building and I see all the cubicles there, I see people working, whatever, doing their job. You know what I'm saying? Helping the company make money. That is the daily operation. They are the heartbeat, the lifeblood of the company, and what makes the company go. So when I talk to them, you know what I'm saying? When I stand in front, I'm like, y'all are the heartbeat, the daily operation. Y'all the lifeblood of this company. The company's success don't always depend on me. It depends on y'all. Y'all are the engine that makes this thing grow. Though I'm the leader, right? I'm not always the engine, right?
Mhm.
More like the steering wheel. You know what I'm saying? And so when you invest that type of faith in people, right? Because you got to believe when you choose your people, you have to believe that you chose the right person, right?
Mhm.
And so the thing with Fournier and Rose and Brunson, they don't have to be the best player every night, but they have to be consistent leaders every second of every day. Because the thing that makes the engine, the people in these cubicles and stuff, when you stand in front of the thing that makes them believe in you is trust and consistency. If you're not consistent and if you're not trustworthy, they won't follow you. It's just what it is.
Mhm.
It's just what it is. And so I'll add Randle to that too. And in this year, it looks like Julius Randle is looking to become that guy. And whatever he did in the past, we can't hold that. He can't drag that anchor. Because if you say that you're new, you have to be new. Like if you say, I'm accepting this role, I understand those things that I've done in the past may have been bad things and may have served to be a detriment more than a plus. And I'm getting rid of those things and I'm starting new, then you can't drag that anchor.
Facts.
Right? You can't drag that anchor.
Facts.
And so when I saw Randle, and this is hilarious to me. Every time I think about it, I giggle to myself, right? I saw Mitchell Robinson catch the ball on the perimeter and go towards the rim, go between his legs real quick, go towards the rim and catch a charge, right?
Last game, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
And
And
he was about to put
Randle,
a move on boy
yes. And Randle sees this
and ran
in
over to
real
him.
time and starts. No, I'm talking about before he ran over to Randle saw it when Randle saw him take off and go between his legs. Randle bust out laughing during the play.
I seen his face too. Yeah.
Yeah, he's like, oh,
He was shocked.
he was shocked. Yeah,
Yeah.
and then when Mitch caught the charge, Randle ran over there and was patting him on him, like bigging him up and laughing with him.
Like, yo,
Right?
he said, like, yo, you hit, son. Like, yo,
Yes. Yeah.
I
And so
remember that play, Freeze.
yes, and see in previous years, the camera wouldn't have caught all of that stuff.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? In
Mhm.
previous years, and whether it was Randle would have been too intense to notice, or
But
maybe he was in his sulking in his feelings,
but you
or
got to give him credit for what that is now in reference to what you're saying. When
right,
you mentioned we got to put that behind us, and I said I agree because all the stuff I'm noticing that he's doing now, right, is even what we talking about right now. It's a lot
right,
more other stuff that he's doing. When the ref
right.
made a bad call, he went something like where he was trying to zip his lips. He did something with his hand
Yeah,
where he got his
yeah,
own thing in his mind where he's trying to change these things. Now, my
right,
thing is, it's one thing to say you're going to do them. It's another thing to do them. So at
right,
least he's starting now to try and do those things. And the season is about to start this week,
right,
tomorrow.
right,
So we'll have a chance to really see how he deals with him in real time, because it's easy to know what you got to change. But when you
right,
get in front of that real time situation, you can't, it's emotions involved. You know what I mean? It's like a drug dealer coming, a drug addict coming out of rehab, going right back around his old friends. You know what I mean?
right,
It's hard. These are things that Randle got to get out his head and just play basketball. I play
right,
basketball. You got to be able to focus on the game itself
right,
and
right,
every play at a time. He can't be in his head. Because think about it. When you're talking about the fans, when you're talking about all the stuff that he had to deal with, a lot of that stuff didn't have nothing to do with his average and a lot of stuff that he bring to the floor. You know what I mean? Now, if he don't have that problem, then you could look at him to be really what we expect him to be. Now, the
right,
hardest part about it is what I was writing in the chat was we know he can get 20 and 10. Now, can
right,
he turn that around and just move the ball on time like he's doing now in preseason? It makes everybody else better. And it looks like he's growing with the team. To
right,
me, that's very important to grow with the team. Because remember, the point in what we started the discussion from the chat, it was 9th-year player was my point. And I said to you, Freeze, you saying how the league is going young, that's going to factor in, and he don't want that to use that against him, because some teams are going to look at that and say, well, maybe if say for Obi, for example, right? We know he's not better than Randle, but in 6 years, with the, like you were saying when you first started the show, about how, you know, how much minutes these guys are going to get now to prepare us for our future if we see potential in these guys. You know what I mean? And that's the same point. It's connected with Randle, Obi. You just mentioned Fournier, for example.
Right.
All these guys, Rose, and you said it, Thibodeau's going to be in control of it. But when he has to deal with it too in real time, not only Randle, Thibodeau has to deal with it in real time if he's not winning, because that's what stuck out to me when you said that earlier. When he's not winning, to still make the right decision to try to develop these guys in real time and still try to win. Find that piece that could plug in what we need to win.
Right. You know what? And so this is the thing that I've been thinking about is Randle's success is directly tied to Tom Thibodeau, right? Because here's the thing, you can't expect Julius Randle not to have meltdowns if he's looking at the bench and the coach is having a meltdown. You can't expect Randle, your best player, to be a mental storehouse, a brick, a rock. If you look over at the coach and he up by 18 and he over there having a meltdown.
But Freezy, how many times you seen a good player go to the coach, look at the coach and say, chill out, we good? Like a coach on the floor. And especially if we up by 18, not on nothing disrespectful. You know what I mean? Like, you mentioned up by 18, so I'm thinking at that point, I'm like, all right, chill, coach. Like, yo, look.
Yeah, what are you doing?
Yeah, because if I'm that dude, I could say it. If I'm going to say it the right way to him anyway, I'm going to like, yo, calm down. We got this. Oh, we good. You got to play on the floor. If you're going to take on that role, I think that comes along with it. You can't be going crazy because Tibbs ain't got it together. You got to be the man on the floor. Like, I see that in Brunson more than I see that in Julius Randle, because I see Randle longer than I see Brunson. And I see Brunson with potential of already being that type of a player.
Right.
So to me, you shouldn't be able to give him that type, not giving him an excuse, but to think that's okay because the coach is tripping. That's just Tibbs' background. That's Tibbs' mentality. He's yelling in preseason already. That's him.
He was up by what was up by 24 against the Pacers in the Garden?
Yeah.
And he was having a meltdown. And and Katz is like, come on, man, Tibbs. And we know that's his game time persona, right? We know it's his game time persona. You know what I'm saying? But the thing about it is people in general don't listen to what you say. They model after what you do, right? That's basically how this thing works. Even your kids, you be like, yo, didn't I tell you to clean up your room? And then they come out the room and see the living room junkie and dishes in the sink. They like, I'm gonna take my time. Y'all taking your time. And then you get mad at them and you be, didn't I tell you to clean up your room? But then they clean up their room and they come out and they see the living room pillows thrown all over everywhere on your couches and dishes all in the sink and stuff. They like, why? You know, this don't make sense in my mind. But what people do generally is they model themselves, they pattern themselves after what they see. You know what I'm saying? It's like when we, like, for a lot of us that have, let me put this in a, I'm trying to put this in a presentable, like a lot of us that have seen our people's say in street life, right? A lot of us pattern ourselves after what we saw, right? Like my pops was a gambler, like always dice game, pool table, all that stuff, right? Be clean, taking people money, clean dude, right?
Hustler.
Yeah.
Hustler, dude. Yeah,
Yeah,
he's a hustler.
right. So as a kid, watching him and walking with him, right? And as a kid, he'd be like, "Didn't I tell you to go in the house?" And I'm like, "What's in the house?"
Yeah.
He like, "Dad, just go in the house and do some homework." Man, it's Sunday. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like following him. He clean, 3-piece suit, shoes nice, driving dope whip, all these different things, right? So I'm vicariously like patterning myself after this hustler's mentality. You know what I'm saying? Hustle, 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 hustle. This is all I'm thinking my whole life. Like hustle,
Yeah, you
hustle,
don't
hustle.
even know it.
Go get it,
Just
go get it, go
around
get it.
Yeah.
Because I'm patterning my I'm patterning myself after what I see, not off of what he tell me I should be doing.
Yeah.
Right. And it's the same thing. Like
It's like if you
dudes
got
that
working parents in the household and they see you they're going to work all the time.
All you want to do is work.
Your kids may want to work the same way you do because they see you going to work. You know, I mean, we still may get some lazy people, but at the end of the day, that's why I always was hard working. The same reason that you're saying. Like my parents always worked hard, so I never, even when I was on my feet, I still continued to keep working hard. That's just always been. That's what you see, and that's what you do.
Right. And it's like the cat. It's like the cats on Blorange Tears. Like they see me grinding all the time. And so my phone is always buzzing. They're like, "Yo, I'm gonna do such and such. I got these ideas. And I'm like, "Yo, do your thing, bro. Let's do whatever it is that you want to do." You know what I'm saying? Like I could say one thing, like, no, take your time, man. Spend time with your family. Don't get burnt out. Remember, the internet is always gonna be here. I say this one thing, but then my phone is always buzzing something else. You know what I'm saying? So it's not what you say. People pattern what they see. And so my thing is with Julius Randle, if Julius Randle always sees the coach like we up by 24 and he want to bring in the starters because he mad he didn't get a call. You know what I'm saying? Now it's like carte blanche for everybody to get upset. Because if the leader doing it, then that means everybody can do it. Yo, Andy N, what's good, man?
I understand your point. It can go both ways. I think still, if you got that experience, now you younger, then I could give you more of a excuse. But I think that's where we started at as far as the experience portion. Right. Because you can't get much more experience after you already know how to master your averages and points and rebounds. Right. You got that locked down. So I think when you want to improve your game, then you got to know how to learn how to win. Winning is making your teammates better, doing other things to where
you mean he met his ceiling. So is he met his ceiling?
Yeah, right, I know his ceiling. I don't know a lot of other players on our team ceiling. That's always been my take. Now, people want to go back and forth who they think will be better. That's fine. That's why we talked about a little while ago when if the NBA is going in a certain direction, that could be, what he could be up against. Okay. Because if you can't do more than what we already know you can do, then that could be a problem. You got to add more elements to your game. Getting the win, maybe getting less points. You know what I mean? Because if when in the game you have seen where other teams are keying in, they still already was sending a double team at Randle.
But they was doing it in the preseason.
Exactly. But he played perfect. He played perfect. And and just like you said in the chat, Hardwill, how I feel about Randle, and people know. But when he does what he's supposed to do, I come on air and I say it. I give him his credit because that's what we need from him. A player like that. And I feel like all the years you've been in the league, you should know how to make the right read. And even before Tibbs was talking that read, I've been coming in there saying like, yo, he's not making the right read because he wasn't forced to. It was give him the ball, get out of his way. And you could think about what I'm saying by when he always talked, when Tibbs always talked, he tried to protect Randle like you mentioned earlier, they was in it together. You know what I'm saying? But it's
Right.
not about that. It's a team, and you got to
Right.
make the guys around you better and
Got it.
prepare us for years to come. Because
Right.
we're not gonna win it this year, I don't think. You
Right.
know what I mean? So I feel like if that's the case, then we should be making guys better. You know, I don't talk about last season no more. You know what I'm saying? But I remember guys saying, "Oh, we didn't have nobody to pass to, and why should he pass to RJ and them guys?" You know what I'm saying? Now these
Right.
guys is getting more respect than him because guys grow up and guys still play through adversity, and then that's that age and the amount of years you've been in the league gonna come back in the factor. Oh, you've been in the league for 3 years and you've been in the league for 9 years. If we thinking about our future, we gotta prepare the young guys who are gonna be here. If not, then fine. Play Randle if he's gonna play right. Play Fournier, play Rose, because everybody I don't believe is gonna stay on the team. You know, so I
Nah.
don't really mind that Tibbs is still trying to win, like you said earlier, because I believe he can't change his direction now. You know, he can't just bust a U-turn now and go in that direction. He got to try to develop and win in real time. And like we said, hopefully he plug in the right people and it
Right.
works for us. That's what I'm hoping for, you know?
Right. Right. Now, I would say, I agree with that partially.
Mm-hmm.
My thing is when you bring in young players with limited experience, you have to understand that when they're playing and getting roles in practice, they are learning on the job. They don't come in as experienced NBA players. That's why they call rookies
Mm-hmm.
and young players. So a lot of times when Randle is doing a certain thing, young players are trying to learn. Like there are going to be some things that they've never seen before. Like when you go to a high school basketball game, you can look at exactly what the team is doing, and you know where the ball is going to go, basically, right? When you watch college, you see how much that game is sped up, how fast it is, and how strong kids are compared to high school. And then when you watch the NBA game, you cannot believe that Mitchell Robinson at 7 foot tall is faster from end to end than most high school point guards. It's amazing. When you watch an NBA game, you watch Mitch, you watch Randle do stuff. You watch how agile Julius Randle is for a man 250, and you can't believe it. You cannot believe your eyes when you watch how agile Julius Randle is. A dancing bear, bro. Right? Now, I know people are going to say, well, he's not LeBron, he's not Zion, right? But there are probably 100 other forwards in the league that are not LeBron, not Zion, and not Julius, not Anthony Davis, not Giannis, right? So what I'm getting at is when the young players get on the floor, you have to give them time to learn and not get frustrated with them and want to take them out of the game, because they need time to learn where they fit in at this level. You know what I'm saying? Because if they could just walk into this level and become stars, then everybody would be doing it. It's not easy at this level, right? So you got to give the young cats time to adjust to the speed and fit. Man, Hardwill, you go to games, right?
Yeah.
Can you explain to people what it's when you're sitting up close? Can you explain to people what it sounds like when guards get mashed up on these screens, bro?
Yeah.
These guards are running full speed and they get hit by a screen from out of nowhere. Bro, it looks like it's the most, bro, you cannot believe how physical the NBA game is. When you go to a game, you're like Jalen Brunson is running around, nobody call it the screen, and he runs slap dead into Joel Embiid full speed.
But
You know what I'm saying?
he's willing to, though. That's the thing. Everybody got
Yes.
to be willing to do that.
Yeah.
Because that's the level of play. I'm not saying you intentionally running into something the wrong way to hurt yourself,
Nah,
but I'm
nobody
talking
doing that.
about That's part of the game.
But yeah, I'm talking about the speed and physicality of the game. And so, what I'm saying is when you put young guys in there, your Grimes, your Quickleys, your Obies. Obi played at Dayton where he might have been the best athlete in the conference, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then he comes to the NBA. Now he's got to pick and choose. You know what I'm saying? Now he's got to pick and choose where to use his explosive athleticism because he's not the best athlete on the floor most of the time. He's one of the best.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And is Obi a high-level athlete? Yes.
I wanted to ask you a question about Obi, too.
Oh, go ahead, bro.
No, I wanted to ask you, like, do you think after what, looking at the small sample size and how he was judged, even though it's only been preseason, right? Do you think he looked better, or he did some things that people say he couldn't do? Did he show signs of being able to do some of those things? Because for me, like, I feel like I can't say when you do something if it don't count and all that, if you really don't get opportunity. If my point on you is about opportunity, then I got to look at every opportunity that you get and how you handle it.
So which answer do you want? Do you want my answer, or do you want the moderator's answer?
You don't really have two different. I mean,
I do. Yeah, well, I gotta get.
I take crazy then. I want.
Do you want the neutral? Do you want the neutral answer, or do you want my answer? Because I can give you because on here I gotta give. Most times I give the neutral answer because the neutral answer always leads to more questions and it makes the conversation better.
Yeah. So give the neutral because that's what it was a question to make the conversation better anyway. Because I wanted to ask you for that reason, but not to make it all like weird. Like because I know. We used to talk about like with the small opportunity, he got to find ways to impress his coach. I always felt like if this team ain't winning, then you got to look into other things, even how they dealt with Cam. There's a lot of things that I just didn't like. So it always makes me feel more about how they handle Obi too. Now, when I see him doing certain things, I'm like, man, if he can do this and how he was handled. And we talking about how other teams is really playing younger guys because they know that they're not ready to win right now.
Right.
If he really had a fair opportunity like RJ and one of the guys, just saying, like that doesn't tell you that he would be better than he is now, or for the little stuff that he's doing now. If he had more opportunity, like anybody know, like I know that for a fact. Like playing ball, you got to be. Not saying he got to be this stud that got to come with all his heart. He's this age, all the stuff people say about him. Fine. I'm talking about what you see him do through all that adversity, all the stuff he had to deal with without getting playing time, getting taken out for no reason. And the other guy, speaking of Randle, wouldn't even get criticized from his coach. I didn't really see it, you know what I mean, or hear it. To me, that was a problem, and that affects the player. And that affects his performance, and that affects, you know what I mean? So for him to come out and still play good and show that he improved on a lot. He did things people said he couldn't do.
Right. So let me
change your mind on him a little bit.
I'll give you both answers. Right.
Cool.
I'll give you the Uncle Freezy answer first.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'll give you the neutral answer so that we can continue the conversation.
All right.
So my answer is this, right? Obi, in my mind, looked great, right? Mm-hmm. Obi did, and I'm talking about me watching the game, specifically looking at Obi Toppin, not where the ball is, and not who's emphatic on the court, just looking at Obi. Obi did all the small things on the court that warranted him staying on the court and getting more playing time, right? But your guards off the bench are absolutely terrible. And I know people are not going to like, because I know there are Quickly fans. I know that there are Derrick Rose fans. I know that there are Miles McBride fans. But the way that they played with Obi and Cam and Hartenstein was terrible. Hartenstein legit caught the ball at the top of the key, facing the rim, right? He pivoted back out to the three-point line, quickly was on the wing, and his man had his head turned looking at Hartenstein. Hartenstein was waiting on Quickly to cut that door. Quickly never went.
Never cut. Remember the other time he had to tell somebody else to cut Hartenstein.
Hold on,
and then he got in the basket. Oh, my bad.
Right. I just wanted to say. So here's the thing. Obi set a slip screen, and the two defenders trapped Quickly and backed him up. And instead of Quickly backing up, this is the thing that you tell your guards, right? Never back straight up, right? You tell you never back straight up because you don't create a passing angle when you do that, right? You always have to, when you retreat dribble, you have to retreat dribble where you can either have a shot at the basket or a passing lane, right? Quickly didn't do that. Obi Toppin was cutting to the basket with his outside hand out, right? Quickly couldn't get him the ball because he backed straight up. He didn't have the point guard instincts to back up to create.
I know what you're saying. Go ahead.
To create, and Obi cut to the rim. It was wide open. And Obi did this during the preseason 7 or 8 times where a natural point guard would have backed up at an angle, retreat dribble at an angle, or create an angle where the double teamer had to chase where he could throw the pass to Obi, and he didn't do it.
He let the defense play both of them. I get what you're saying.
Right. And so now when you look at the box score looks like Obi Toppin only had 8 points and 2 rebounds. Well, why is that? It's because the guards, McBride and Quickly, did not know how to manipulate the defense with the basketball. So now you do that. Obi is going cutting. Now Cam is coming around to the top of the key because you got to keep your spacing because Obi cut to the rim and can't stay in the paint because Hartenstein is there and you don't want to get 3 seconds. So Obi runs around the perimeter. It kicks Cam Reddish back up to the top. Now Quickly is there. 2 men are being defended by 3 people. You give it to Cam. Cam puts the ball on the floor, gets stripped, and it looks like Cam Reddish is fumbling the basketball.
So that's more credit to Obi then. If he had to play under those circumstances.
But Obi did the right thing. And Cam Reddish was doing the other thing by staying 30 feet away from the ball handler, right? And not bringing his defender to the ball handler. But when Obi comes, now you got to keep your 15 to 18 foot of spacing. So Obi is in the corner for the corner 3 if Quickly can see it. But Cam comes to the top of the key. Emmanuel Quickly gives the ball to Cam. Cam tries to drive to the basket. He gets stripped. And you know what this looks like? Man, Cam Reddish is garbage.
So it's like the guards can't get in the bench couldn't get in the paint to make the defense. So because Cam is standing in the corner for that reason, for y'all to drive and kick. Or I mean, Quickly still pounding the ball. Like he's still trying to fit into me. He can only make a play for Obi. You know what I'm saying?
But my point is this: if the play is not there, why not back it back out off the wing and kick it back out to Cam earlier? Go get the ball back, right? Pass it back to Hartenstein and see if the backdoor cuts are still there. If not, Hartenstein can shoot a 12-foot jumper.
Like the starters was. Starters was moving the ball perfect and attacking perfect, but you need that level of talent. I think Brunson put that in for the starters where what you was asking for just now, Quickly wasn't given that where he could attack and do other things. Or I think the starters was just moving the ball really well because when you got a defense closing out on you and you just keep moving that ball and everybody is ready to shoot, But you asked me about Obi though, right? When you asked me about Obi. This is the thing that I saw. Now,
Now, the neutral part to it is this, right? That was me. That was my observation. When I saw it, I was mad as hell because the guy that makes the mistake with 5 seconds left on the shot clock is the guy we're going to blame. We're not going to look at the other 19 seconds of the shot clock and see what happened, right? But here's the thing. Here's the neutral part to it, and this is where I want to stay in the middle, kind of stay in the middle of the road. I know these guards are young, and I know this second unit, with Cam, has to learn how to play together, right? So I'm not bashing them, right? I know they need time because the thing is when Quickly saw the guy not peel off and go with Obi, but came and pressed him, they knew Quickly has a shoot first mentality. They know the reason why he peeled off and looked to double team Quickly is because he knew Quickly wasn't going to make that pass. Quickly wants to shoot. Right? Why go with Obi to the rim when your tendency is to shoot the ball right there? Right? Your tendency is to shoot a contested three. Right? Your tendency is not to trust another playmaker on the floor. Your tendency is to pound the basketball or shoot it. Right? So we knew that the course of action right there for Quickly is shoot it, right? Or keep dribbling. Instead of kicking the ball back out around and trusting the other 4 players on the court. Because you know who was on the floor with him? Derrick Rose. You notice I didn't mention Derrick Rose in the whole thing that I said just now? I mentioned Cam, I mentioned Obi, I mentioned Hartenstein, and I didn't mention Derrick Rose, who was on the floor with that unit.
Wow. That's crazy.
Right. Why would you not do that? Now Quickly backing up, Cam Reddish got to make a play. He gets stripped, and now people mad at Cam. Cam Reddish sucks. What about the other 19 seconds of the shot clock?
Yeah, when it's less seconds on the shot clock and you get the ball, you got to hurry up and get into your bag.
Yeah.
And that's why I look like a sloppy offense. You know what I'm saying?
And the defense noticed.
I mean, Quickly did do a couple things he added on kind of different. Like he do a ball fake because, like you said, his tendencies is just to put up that erratic three. So he started doing the ball fake, attacking. So, like you said, if they young still, even though they not kids really, but they still got to learn. They young in experience.
Yeah.
So what's good, y'all? What's good, Angelo? What's good,
D'Angelo? What's good? State is in the building. What's good, State?
Yo, what up, man? I'm so happy y'all talking about Quickly with his ball hogging self and selfish tendencies. I'm so annoyed with him, bro. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, I'm so happy Uncle Freezy brought those points up because I've been on Twitter the past 3 days, like actually getting that Quickly. Like, that was egregious what I watched in preseason.
Right.
Literally ball hogging. And I got at Randle for the same thing. I got at Randle repeatedly for the same thing. And Randle didn't ball hog in preseason. Quickly ball hog. And this is the point I want to get to people. Like, Quickly is the point guard of that group.
Yeah.
So if I'm telling people he's ball hogging, he's ruining the offensive flow of that group.
Yeah.
When Obi goes in the fourth quarter with 0 points, who am I supposed to blame? I cannot blame Obi because he's not on ball. Another thing that matched the eye test with Quickly when it comes to this preseason, how poor he played. Guess who got the highest usage rate on the Knicks after the preseason? Quickly. So the eye test matches the numbers.
Right.
And then people come on here, they say, oh, Cam Reddish, he takes bad shots. And, Cam Reddish this, Cam Reddish. Who is his point guard? Literally, I watched the games twice.
Stay. What about at the end of the Pacers game when Cam Reddish got stripped by Mathurin? Remember that?
Oh, my God.
Everybody, man, Cam is trapped. Really? Cam?
Really?
Y'all blaming Cam for that?
And I got at multiple people these past 2-3 days. Shout outs to Sean, shout outs to the Nick Wall. But I had to get at him too, because stop gatekeeping that man. Stop gatekeeping Quickly. You can give or take about quickly without even mentioning Cam. I brought up Obi Toppin first.
Right.
I didn't even bring up Cam first. The man just ball hogging. That's a fact.
Right.
He should be situational for Deuce McBride right now. But he's not because of optics. Because that's Leon Rose's draft pick. And that will look bad. Evan Fournier is going to start because of optics. That's not because of basketball.
It's because of his coach, though. It's because of his coach.
It's optics as well. I heard Alan Hahn talk about Cam Reddish and Evan Fournier.
Right.
Alan Hahn is crazy. He brings up no basketball points. All he talks about is Evan Fournier's contract. Come on.
Yeah.
Come on. Like,
he works for the network. What is he going to say?
A company man.
Yeah, that's it. Company man. That's what I meant.
I'm not a company man. So since I'm not a company man, I don't have to bend my will to the Knicks to give takes. Quickly, yo.
The coach lets him run amok out there, shooting shots from my living room. He's taking shots all over the place. He got a big smile on his grin running up the court. I did a great thing. I shot it from my living room. What are we doing?
Come on.
The coach has got to step in and say, "What are you doing?" You know, you can't just let the guy run amok and just, "Hey, it's your game. You play it the way you want to play it." No, it's a team game, brother. Can't do that.
I was annoyed with him, man. RJ had a great preseason. You notice the efficiency talks. They don't get talked about. You notice those talks is dead. Mitchell Robinson had a great preseason.
Oh, yeah.
And Robinson, he's making my preseason prediction look good. He's going to be a first-time All-Star this season. So he's making he's making me look real good right now. Jalen Brunson is better than advertised. And Julius Randle, no ball hogging. Under control. What I told y'all 3 years ago.
Wow. Am I on the panel with 3 Julius Randle lovers?
Championship 3 option. Your championship 4th option. What I told y'all. That man don't need 14, 15 shots a game. He needs a good 10. Just like in preseason. He averaged 10.5 shots. He don't need the ball in his hands. They took the ball out of his hands.
Who on this team runs the offensive playbook?
A lot. I'm gonna let you know right now. Brunson is going. He's looking for his shot, which is good. Yeah. He's not the type that's gonna be. He's gonna make the right play that develop, but he's not. He's like that Pitt. He's not gonna defer. You know what I'm saying? And if he's doing that already, you can tell. And that's gonna make Julius Randle better, like Stay saying, because he's already been in the league. We talking about that. We talking about that earlier. He should. The longer you've been in the league, the easier it should be for you to get those points and still make your team win. You got young guys been in the league 4 years, almost averaging what he averaging, bro. Like, keep it real. Moving the ball right and playing the way he's playing, I'll take that because, you got to admit, we got him for a good price. They making some good signings for some good numbers. They could do something with this crew. Like I said earlier, you said they make the playoffs, but they got to make it out of the first round. I feel like if they make the playoffs, I'm good with that. I feel like that's a first step, and we got to sustain the playoff run for years to say, okay, then we looking like we could be contenders and we know what we need by then. You know what I mean? I'm not going to look at it like if they make it and they don't make it out of the first round, because I don't believe in, the other that 4th seed crap. So if they make it now, you know what I mean, and play decent ball, sustain the playoff run, and then you become a contender. That's always been my take.
Hey, just real quickly, let me address the super chat real quick. Paris Duggar says, hey, Paris Duggar, thank you for the generous contribution, brother. Paris Duggar says, State, who gets $14 million to be the second PG? It's Derrick Rose. So that is specifically for State of the New York Knicks podcast. And I understand where y'all going to, but let me say this real quick.
That's for his doctor's bills. They gave him all that money for his doctor's bills because he's injured.
Yeah. Is that enough?
I don't think so.
No, all right. So let me Let me say this. Let me say this about the young guys, right? And it's the front office too. So I'm frustrated with Quickly, Grimes, McBride, Obi, Cam. I'm frustrated with a lot of guys, right? But who I'm more frustrated with is the front office, because the front office has had 3 NBA drafts, right? They had 3 NBA drafts.
Yup.
And how many NBA starters have they drafted in 3 drafts?
None, because they still
0.
let them know Steve Mills.
Right. And two, here's the other thing. Of all the guys that they've started, how many of them average double digits in a season or for their career?
None.
1. Emmanuel Quickly averages 11 points, but he does it on 39% shooting from the floor. Right?
Not good.
And so that is not good. So what I'm saying is twofold, right? First, these kids that we have in previous years have not been ready. I think this year may be the year that you see these guys step up and become something. But 2, you can't always blame the guys that were here with these kids, because at the end of the day, each individual to a man has to be responsible for themselves, right?
Right.
All of them, everybody. Because if you hold RJ accountable, if you mad at RJ because he wasn't hitting free throws, then you got to be frustrated with Cam, with Obi, with Grimes, McBride, and everybody else. We can't have a clear double standard, right? It's not how this thing works. If you want to be looked at like a hypocrite, if you want to be looked at like a hypocrite, then when you judge people differently for different rules, then we'll call you a hypocrite. But what I'm saying is, give these kids time. I think this is the year where these kids might look to take that might take that next step.
You said that last summer.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
That last summer. See, Freezy.
I think we're behind now because of that too.
Like this is what kills me. Freezy said that last summer. People been talking about Quentin Grimes being Klay Thompson all summer.
Me?
No, not you. I'm saying.
Because I called him something different.
And for me to read right now that Quentin Grimes still not ready and did not participate in practice today due to soreness and left foot, that's a setback. That is a setback.
That's crazy.
That is a setback.
That's bad.
Now, the fact that not for me to compound my emotions, but the fact that you was almost untouchable for Donovan, and the fact that you've been hurt all preseason, the fact that the game that you did play in preseason, you scored 0 points, and then the fact that you're not going to play in the season opener, setback. It's a setback. So I hope he could get better. But I agree with Freezy there. Like, Leon Rose, who has he drafted? What have you done for me lately?
That's
you
right.
got me 2 bench players. No, you drafted me 3 bench players. One sits behind a Steve Mills signing in Randle. The other is not starting over Evan Fournier. And the other, we know how the organization felt about him once they gave Brunson $100 million. So what are we doing here?
We overhype our guys every year. What are we supposed to do? We overhype our guys. The guys the cards what we dealt. We overhype them, and it's going to be the results at the end of the year. It's going to. I'd say it to say I've been a naysay. It's just I hope I'm wrong, but I think it's going to be we're going to get maybe a few games more than we got last season if we're lucky. So
okay.
That's what I just feel. But listen, prove me wrong. We'll see. Next 15, 20 games, let's go. Let's see what we got. But it's going to take a lot longer. It's a marathon, not a sprint. So we got to see. We got to see. We got the same playbook with Tibbs, the way he is, with his offensive scheming. That's so dated. It's been expired for a long time. You know, you're going to see Randle drag it up the court and then him being stripped. I hope things change. We can't judge everything off this preseason because, please, it's preseason for God's sakes. Everybody's, oh, look at a great game. Okay, all right. Once it's game time, we'll see what happens tomorrow with Ja.
All right.
So,
all right. Hey, Paris Duggar, thank you for the generous contribution. Paris Duggar says, how many starters did they draft by 2024? I say 5. And yeah, I get that point. I get that point. What I'm saying is the kids ain't ready. They just not. This might be the year.
And I don't agree with
that they break out. And Nick Yak said, Freezy, you spent full show saying Quickly and Obi should be starting. I said that.
Now
wait a minute. I said that Obi Toppin should be starting over Julius Randle. I said Obi Toppin should be starting over Julius Randle. It's State D'Angelo. Who in Nick's universe supports Julius Randle more than me?
You. You do. At full. It makes you gotta get that egg off your face every time you say that.
Yeah, hard will. Did you ever hear me say that Julius Randle should be benched and Obi Toppin should be starting?
Never.
Yeah,
I hardly miss a show too. So never.
Right. Yeah. That might be something. Now, do I believe in Quickly? I believe in Quickly. Yeah, I'm thinking Quickly is going to be something. I want Quickly to be something. You know what I'm saying? But
I think he hit the ceiling. He's a ball hog. State said it. He does. He hogs the ball too much. He's worried about his own game at times.
That I didn't agree with because I feel like the NBA is moving too fast now. I think the more talented people coming into the league already, I think the difference for what our team and other teams, like when you look at the Orlandos and different teams, they getting better picks than us, of course. But we're not even trying to go in that direction. Just like we moved out of the draft just for picks. So it's like obvious what they're trying to do when we could have got a young player that had talent. Because now I just feel like it's a lot of talent coming into the NBA to be still trying to figure out over players that the system and the coach and the office, everybody together put some of these players behind schedule by handling them the way they did. I don't agree that 3 or 4 years a player could start. If he's on a winning team, yes, that's a difference because he's getting a playoff experience and he got some real ball players in front of him.
Right.
But if you drafting players and you trying to run, like Steve just said, you sold these players to us, like you got the best thing coming. Where it's at, I don't see it, right? And then you say they this and they that, they're untradeable, and we still don't see it. That's my problem. You know what I'm saying? In a nutshell, you put older players out here that ain't gonna move the needle for you, and you sacrifice the development of players that could be either get you to the playoffs and sustain that, or you'll never know because they playing behind players that then couldn't get their team to the playoffs, or they never was built like that. So now they're gonna come to the Knicks and be built like that. Considering Derrick Rose, that's the only person.
Okay. All right. So Paris Duggar, thank you for the generous contribution. Paris Duggar says the draft picks don't have to start for 3 or 4 years. Depending on who you drafting, I would say, I agree. Depending on what type player you drafting,
and what direction you headed in.
Yeah, and what direction. And Paris Duggar also says impatient fan base. The Knicks problem. Thank God. And then.
Oh, come on, Paris.
Impatient?
And so
what?
Impatient? How long I gotta wait, Paris? Are you kidding me? Stop it.
Yeah, like what are you talking about?
How long I gotta wait? Stop,
been
man.
drafted at 25 past 2 years, drafting me bench players, and you telling me to be patient. Get out of here. I should have Brandon Ivy. Come on. Be patient.
That's why I just said when I mentioned the Orlando, just like Detroit, They are still dipping in the draft when they seeing that they can't make noise right now. Got to make it make sense, bro.
I watched,
Right.
man. I was watching Palau Banchero last night. That's man, it made me want to throw out the whole Knicks power forward position. I was so mad last night, man,
I'm
watching
telling
him.
you.
These dudes, man, watching Jalen Green be spectacular, and people on here talking about Quentin Grimes as Klay Thompson and quickly as Damian
What I'm
Lillard.
saying.
I hung my hat on RJ Barrett for a reason. Freezy knows I've been an RJ Barrett supporter since we drafted. It's a reason why I called him a future All-Star. It's a reason why I say he's untouchable. Rest of those kids, Leon Rose's kids, please. Yeah, y'all tell me who's gonna be a star out of those guys. Obi's gonna be a backup until Randle is traded. He ain't gonna be no damn star. Not under these conditions.
Because of them.
Quickly, we got $100 million point guard in front of him. Quickly ain't gonna be no damn star on the Knicks. Grimes.
Leon Rose acting like he doing magic tricks out the draft. Like we don't watch college basketball. Like we don't know these kids. I follow players from high school, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, stop it. Like, I'm not saying a player can't come up that I never heard of like that. That happens all the time. People don't know everybody. At the same time, come on, we know what type of players, you know what I mean, we dealing with. And not saying that even those Pacific players can't make a jump. But the key point is how they being handled with players in front of them that's not going to make them really better. You know what I mean? That's the main problem. Like, so we'll see now. Like, at least we got Brunson, somebody better with the ball in their hand, and to make RJ better for sure. Mitch is going to get better for sure. You know, I could tell just the way he play alone. He going to make the right play that develops. You know what I'm saying? He got that winning knack. So I hope that just rub off on our other players. And, you know what I'm saying? We just see how it go. Like, I just feel, you know, it's a lot of work still to be done. So
Is Paris Duggar a company man? Knicks paying guys so they don't have to rush guys. What I could tell you an older Knicks fan because you'll make a damn excuse for anything the Knicks do. They could piss on your back. You'll call it water. You need to be stopped.
So my man Paris Duggar is so State. That's mad disrespectful to the dudes in our age range, man. You know what I'm saying? It's like you talking about me too, State.
Nah,
you know what I'm saying?
Not all OG Knicks fans think the same. Some is just straight company men. Like, that's company man talk to me. Knicks pay guys so they don't have to rush. You paid Evan Fournier $78 million so you don't have to rush Grimes. Tell me, where does that make sense, Parrish?
Yeah, I agree with you, State. Come on, man.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah. So, but the point that I was making was not to divide the fan base. What I'm saying is, this organization has not treated the NBA draft as if it is a priority.
Yo, they're not listening, bro. Sorry.
And so the thing is about the NBA draft is you're not gonna get a star in a trade or in free agency. So why do you treat the NBA draft as if it's second fiddle?
Yeah.
The draft is paramount for us.
But
yo, can I say something real quick? Pardon me.
Sure.
Yo, I just wanted to say something. Chef New York K, I know everything about what you're talking about. Grimes is on the ESPN top 100 list, just like Cam Reddish and RJ. I know that. He went to Kansas, and then it didn't work out over there. He was supposed to go first round when he went to Kansas. Then he went to Houston. What I said earlier was they're not being handled right as far as if you listen to what the panel was saying, Fournier's in front of this person. That's what the man just said. We all breaking it down. I agree with that because that's always been my take. If you listen to me, bro, I'm not really taking a shot at those guys because I know who they are. I said that. The problem is they have guys in front of them that's not getting them to the playoffs, so they should be getting more minutes or playing. We know who Fournier is already, bro. So how can we really see who Quentin Grimes can grow to be playing behind a Fournier. That's not going to get us to the playoff. That's common sense. We trying to break down to you, and that's it. I'm not explaining in the detail the people that don't understand what we saying on the panel. We addressing both sides, bro. Go ahead, Freezy. My bad.
Freeze. Also, can I say? Yeah, I'm sorry. What Parrish says and what State just says. What are you talking about impatience? How? Okay, Parrish. You know so much. What? How long do I gotta wait? How many more years are you gonna tell me? Do I gotta wait on my watch that it's already died 4 times because I'm waiting how long? But the Knicks, they're gonna win and we're gonna do something. They do horrible things in the draft, like you said. We don't get started. We don't. What? How long do I gotta wait, Parrish? How much longer? You tell me I'm impatient. How many more years I gotta wait for something good to happen with this franchise? Well, how long? Just tell me. Give me a number, for God's sakes. How long?
What's crazy?
How much more older do I have to be? Come on.
Salute to the panel, everybody. Uncle Freezy, Hard
Oh,
Will.
what's good, Greeny? I didn't know that was you.
What's
good, Greeny?
I just want to insert my 2 cents here. I've been preaching this, Uncle Freezy. Y'all can go back and get the receipts. I've been saying the Knicks was doing this for a long time. They've been getting vets and putting them in front of our young youth for a long time, and they stopping the development and prolonging the development of our team. This is the first year actually where they got rid of some of the vets to do it, but they still have vets on the team in a way, and Fournier and D Rose. But I feel like they kind of needed them more than they were in the way. But they kind of still are in the way in our development team, and the Knicks continue to do it. And that's why we fail in the draft, because our players can never develop to pan out to be anything, because you have veterans taking their minutes that are trying to prove themselves or trying to what are you trying to prove? Why you keep getting the Knicks stuck in the no man's land where we just stuck in the draft getting players that have little potential not to be enough to be a star? Like it just makes no sense to me, you know what I mean? And Fournier, like the Fournier thing, he's definitely in the way, but he has the right mindset. And he even said it in the interview. He said, I'm here for those guys to take my spots. You know what I mean? I'm not going to make it easy for them. I'm going to be competitive, but they are here to replace me. And I think he got the right head on his shoulders. And he he's not the person that's out there trying to prove to the fans that I'm Evan Fournier. Like, he's just doing his job, and I can't be mad at him. You know what I mean? So that's just my take on it.
Yo,
ain't that real solid? Ain't that solid veteran talk, bro? Ain't that what you want to hear?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable that Fournier is going to start. That's what it's unbelievable. Play the young guys. Play the friggin' young guys. Well, we win 30 games, 20 games. At least play the young guys. We're trying to build up on these guys.
Grimes is hurt. So,
I know.
So he's not going to start Cam. So he's going to start Fournier and RJ. He said it before it even happened that Fournier was starting. So that showed us right there that all the stuff don't matter. Like, he gonna do whatever. So let's just hope it works. And that's all we can say. Like I'm just kind of, I feel like I'm kind of like with the Grimes situation, kind of bothers me because that's kind of crazy.
You want to know what's so scary about people in this chat who saying like, I'm reading this chat. And Big also, it's a lottery draft. None of these guys are proven. It's luck in the draft. Brother, I got news for you. Anybody who is picked at 11 or after in this past draft, if any one of those guys become a star, that's a stain on Leon Rose. People like No Cap Sports Talk, nobody cares how long you've been waiting. Brother, I've been a Knicks fan for 21 years. If the best you got for me is Jalen Brunson at the starting point guard position in 21 years, yes, it is cause to talk. You have to talk. You have to talk. Okay. That's kind of pathetic. Then on top of the fact, you compound that with Steve Mills drafted starters. Leon Rose is drafting bench players.
That's right.
Yeah, this front office has only drafted one
because
player.
They want to try to.
They drafted one player that averaged double-digit points, and he's doing it on 39% shooting. Of all the dudes they drafted, since it's Obi, Quickly, Grimes, McBride, Jokibitis, Sims, Keels, they've only drafted one player that averaged double-digit points, and he's doing it on 39% shooting. And so it's hard for me to be an advocate for a front office that doesn't trade for superstars, right? Doesn't sign a superstar in free agency and can't draft a star. It's hard being an advocate for that. Now, the thing about it is being in this neutral spot. You know, you could say that, you know, these young guys, we knew that they were projects and they just need time to develop. But one could also say Knicks fans are tired of drafting projects that need time to develop because we went through it with Jerry and Grant. We went through it with Frank Ntilikina. We went through it with Kevin Knox. And if you understand the fan base is frustrated with that game plan, then why submit the fan base to that again, knowing that they are frustrated with that process? And we're not winning. And we're not winning at the same time.
So like, hold on real quick. Paris, Halliburton, Jaden Ivey, Banchero. Let me be honest with you, Paris. Who you rather have, Halliburton or Quickly? Who would you rather have, Jaden Ivey or Quickly or Grimes? Who would you rather have, Banchero, Randle, or Obi? At some point, we need to look in the mirror, stop lying to ourselves, take off your Knick fan glasses. You got to take those off, put those to the side, and you got to come back to reality. Like, just like how you treat your real life, how you pay your rent, how you pay your bills, how about you treat the Knicks like that? How about you bring some sanity to your takes? This is absolute garbage right now, Paris. You're too grown, too old, and you watch too much Knick basketball to be saying stuff like this. It's actually scary to me.
But let me read what Paris Tucker says. So Paris Tucker, thank you for the generous contribution. Paris Tucker says, all I hear is the lust for guys we beat the heck out of every year. Halliburton, Jaden Ivey, Banchero is next. Oh,
but how
and
we beat them every year?
Salaries does matter,
them.
fam.
Yeah.
And
Ivy's a rookie, Banchero. We never played them yet, first of all. Halliburton got traded. So I don't know. I guess,
but he talking about
he's better than
even
he's
when
talking
we
about
played
in general.
Halliburton in the preseason, he didn't look bad. He still had 20 points. It's not like we're naming trash players. We spoke of Banchero before.
But the premise is in general, like the young players, all of them. He just mentioned them, but he's meaning players like Ja Morant, or like young players generally that we lust after is the point that Paris Tucker is making.
Yo, bro, any of these dudes would have walked on our team and started, bro. Like, come on. Like, let's be for real. Like, that's what they got to ask themselves. When those dudes go on teams and actually start, and the guys that they're fighting for can't even get in the starting lineup over Fournier, that should answer your question right there. He mentioned two rookies, Ivy and Banchero. They both starting on their teams, respectively. So that speaks volumes right there. That's all I wanted to say.
So okay, so what is the real frustration about? Is the real frustration about the Knicks not winning and not being a 50-win team perennially, or is it that we don't play the kids, or is it that we just don't have the right kids and that's why they're not playing?
Freezy, can I answer that? The problem is, like, we all saying it, we saying it different ways, right? You said it a few minutes ago. We cannot just not want to draft and not get nothing out the draft without having a clear reason why. They did that. They got picks. They moved out of the draft. Then they didn't get their superstar or the player that they need to help make us really compete or become better. You know, whether
are you believing that these young kids are not it?
No, I'm saying that you can't double back and say these kids are it now after you wanted to ship them all off for another player. We're here where we are now, cool, but we got to be realistic with the whole situation. We're at this point of the conversation because we're saying, what's the problem? When we talk about the Jaden Ivey, all these players, right? They went in certain positions in the draft where we didn't even plan on trying to be in those positions. We wanted to even give up those players again to try to move down to get them. But when it came to just like with the play-in, we could make the play-in, or we didn't have a chance to really do much last season, if you ask me. When we seen that, we should have went in that direction.
Well, man, it sounds okay. So it sounds like it's just a lot of stuff. State, help me figure this out. So are we saying that last year, towards the end of the season, we should have tanked so that we could have moved up in the draft to be able to reach these kids? The
Crazy.
Jaden Ivey?
Let me answer it. I use that for example because we wanted to trade all our players to move up for Jaden Ivey anyway. That was their whole intention when we didn't even make the plan. I'm just giving you examples of our actions where it's not making sense, bro. We're not doing one or the other, and we're not even scoring in the direction where we look like we were headed as far as getting more talent. When you move out of the draft, what does that look like to you? Right? Even Doran is getting 12, 13 rebounds in the preseason, young 18-year-old boy. So if we rebuilding, that's the type of move you make. I'm not even saying him, just in general. I'm giving you examples on the moves we make. You said it. Either it's that or that. You can't miss on both, bro.
Right.
That's why we hurting. Because we naming these other players that we could have had that's proven now to be decent players, bro. Or that came in the draft. So why are we moving out of the draft for if we ain't already got a bunch of talent? To me, it don't make sense. There's more talented drafts coming too. That's my last point.
How much faith do we have in this franchise every single season as true Knicks fans? Faith. Oh, this is going to be the year. Oh, yeah, we got it together. Blah, blah, blah. How much faith? And then we get our hearts ripped out at the end of the season. Every season. Oh, this is the season. This is the season. This is it. How many more seasons? Huh? How many more? Anybody going to tell me that? Okay. How many more seasons? Faithful to this team. Get your heart rate. You have faith. I have faith in this team. Oh, the franchise knows what it's doing. How do I know if this franchise is doing the right thing right now? Where? Where are they doing?
The chat make up narratives. Knicks fans that been beat so long make up narratives. The difference between me, I face reality. I don't get caught up in BS. And you know what? When it play out and the season start, we all gonna see. So the people who saying this and the people that saying that, they could come back and say, you wasn't saying that. I'll take that. I'm willing to, I hope that happens because I've been losing so long as a Knicks fan. I deserve that. But the difference between me and you is I'm not just gonna let that all this losing and bad decisions slide over stuff that still don't look sustainable yet. And that's what y'all doing. So go ahead, cool. I'm taking my receipts. My screenshot worked thorough and all over the chat. My screenshot is thorough.
You want to know what's so crazy? I've been right about the Knicks the past 3 summers. During the almighty 4th seed year, I specifically said I want the Knicks to tank. They make the playoffs. They sign Evan Fournier. They proceed to haul booty cheeks for the next season. I hope I'm wrong this year, but it seems like I'm gonna be right. If the Knicks start Evan Fournier, we will not make the playoffs. And I strongly believe that. I'm not backing off of that take. It's just sad to see a coach who just hates modern basketball. It's really sad. My biggest issue with the Knicks is not having foresight. The foresight of knowing what to do after you get the first move. The Knicks always got a lovely first move. Oh, go get Carmelo Anthony. Lovely first move. Everything else after is messed up. You make the pancakes, you don't got the syrup in the house.
That's right.
With no butter. With no butter. So let's start 2019. You get RJ Barrett. You're gifted RJ Barrett. I don't want Majin Buu Zion Williamson. I'm good. He didn't play basketball for 2 years, damn near. I'm good. John Morant, love him. I watched Baron Davis, Derrick Rose, or Russell Westbrook, all those athletic point guards. I'm good. I love John Morant. Generational talent. I'm good. Zion, generational. I'm good with RJ Barrett. He's going to last longer. His prime is going to last longer. He doesn't depend on athleticism to score. And he's boring, but he does everything well. Love him. So after you get RJ Barrett, going to next season, you start Alfred Payton with Mo Harkless. Where's your foresight? The season stops. COVID comes. You win 21 games. You draft Julius Randle's backup. Steve Mills signing. And you don't trade Randle. No foresight, fellas. Then you go into the next season. You win the almighty 4th seed. You got 2 first-round picks. Two. You could have had Grimes with Jalen Green. You could have had Grimes with Scotty Moore. You could have had Grimes with Kay Cunningham. But no. You want to make the playoffs to change the culture. Ladies and gentlemen, culture is changed by the players. Culture ain't changed with just winning. Chris Paul went to Phoenix, changed the culture. A player. So now, because of that, Almighty 4 seed, you watch the playoffs, you see Randle, RJ, both of them look like trash. You say you need more offense. Boston says, we don't need Kemba, we don't need Evan Fournier. What does the Knicks do? We need them both. Boston goes to the finals, the Knicks goes to the lottery. Where's your foresight? Where's your foresight? Now we're going into another season, Uncle Freezy, and last point, we're going into this season, another deep lottery. Another deep lottery. Freezy, that Amen Thompson, brother.
Amen.
There's no lose for me this season. The more
Penny Hardaway,
lose, the happier I get because Tibbs will be fired. I'm tired of looking at his face, and we will get a top 5 pick because of it, and Randle will get traded too. So, Tibbs, you better win.
Hey, let me say this real quick. Paris Duggar, thank you for the generous contribution. Paris Duggar said to the earlier point, foolishness. We did turn down the young guys y'all are lusting for. We've been beating the snot out of Halliburton, quickly embarrassed him last year. And somebody got something playing in the background. If y'all could turn that down some. And so also, Paris Duggar, thank you for the generous contribution. Paris Duggar says, lock the windows. The Knicks went 3-1 in the preseason. And that is hilarious. Guys, what's good? Lee, what's good, bro? How you doing? King and G, what's good, boss?
What up, fellas? What's up?
How y'all?
I'm good, man. It's been a minute. It's been a little minute.
And G here, the quickly gatekeeper. Gatekeeping that ball hog. I'm glad I got you on wax.
Yo,
I'm gatekeeping that ball hog. Wow.
Yo, me and State had an epic one yesterday, yo. Epic.
Okay.
Epic. But nah, man. I feel like I've been right, about quickly. I just feel like I've been right.
About
him not being a lead guard, man.
Okay.
About him not being a lead guard. I think that second unit needs Derrick Rose bad.
So
real bad.
34-year-old former MVP with bad knees to improve a first-round pick. Okay.
Of course, there's options I would like over Derrick Rose, but I don't think they're on this team right now. I think we need him to be the point guard for the second unit.
Why they not on this team right now, Angie?
Because y'all been saying quickly as him for 2 years.
Man, no, but my point with quickly is as a young player, he has the requisite talent to become a difference maker. But after 2 full seasons and a preseason of watching him not put it together, a lot of us are frustrated.
It's because he can't manage the game.
I think it's because we asking him to do something he's not good at doing.
I think he is demanding to do a thing that he is not good at. You know,
he's trying to prove something instead of just doing his role.
Right.
Like I always say, I like quickly when he doesn't have to think. When he has to think and try to get others involved, and like I don't like that quickly. I think it limits who he is. When he just out there like running and gunning with Obi, looking shot first, playing that off guard position, that's when I like quickly. I always compare him to J.R. Smith. Every time we ask J.R. Smith to think and be a smart basketball player, it just took away from who he was. Like you got to live and die with the knucklehead stuff because the good, in my opinion, outweighs the bad when you allow that stuff with players like that. Their value is sometimes they're inconsistent, which is why they're bench players, by the way, right? But their value is in their explosiveness. And sometimes you got to live with the cold nights because them explosive nights, it's worth it.
Angie,
that's what a 6-man is for me.
Angie, J.R. Smith is 6'6".
No, Angie, but I'm not talking about like play style. I'm talking about like role on a basketball team.
But J.R. Smith is a wing and Quickly is a point guard.
He's not a point guard. That's the mistake we keep making.
But then the point that Aunt G is making is the decision making.
Right.
Yeah. The same way for 2 years.
Yeah. That's my frustration. That is the frustration part.
That's period.
No, absolutely.
The problem with Quickly for me is they trying to make him be a distributor, and he's not.
He's not that.
And I think that they gotta basically accept him for what he brings. If he don't fit, then he don't fit. You know what I'm saying? But you gotta accept him for what he brings. And Tibbs was just trying to find more minutes.
Hey, CWC, I'm gonna mute you while because you got the wind blowing.
But that wasn't a good choice. I don't think. But that's just my opinion.
Every now and again, when it comes to evaluating our players, we get too focused on skill set, and we don't pay enough attention to mindset. You feel me? And just because a player is capable of doing something, right? If their mindset is not that, then it's not going to work. And Quickly just doesn't have a mindset to play that type of basketball. You know, we got to surround him on the bench with a guard, a smart, intelligent, not a score first guard. We got to surround him with that on that bench. Even though Derrick Rose is that, I guess he's a score first guard, but he's better at distributing than Quickly is. And I just it's apparent.
Yo.
Paris Duggar, shout outs to the super chat. Appreciate you supporting Uncle Freezy. Do you ever go in the barbershop and when you talk basketball, do you bring up rebounding? Like, do like Angie, if I'm coming to you, we talking basketball, we not talking about rebounding, Angie.
Not from a guard. Not from a guard.
So stop the nonsense, Paris.
But okay, so y'all killing my man. But Paris Duggar is saying this. So Paris Duggar, thank you for the generous contribution. He said, did Quickly get 8 or 9 rebounds against Washington? Here's the thing with that mindset. But here's the thing. Y'all check me out on it. When Quickly's shot was not going, did he have the ability to do another impactful thing on the floor? That's the whole point to the super chat. And if you go by Quickly's shot not being on and he rebounded, then we can't be hypocritical and say, well, Jalen Brunson's shot wasn't going when he was 4 for 14, but he grabbed 8 boards. You know what I'm saying? Jalen Brunson and Quickly proved that they could do other things impactful on the floor.
For one game.
But I know, but the one game we're talking about is that when their shot wasn't going. Now, if it's just a thing that Quickly can't run a team, I think all of us agree. We all agree that Quickly can't score and he can't run a team. No. So what is he actually out there doing?
We agree now.
No, I disagree with this.
Right.
This is why I'm so hard on Quickly. I feel like he can run a team. I've seen him do it before. That's why I'm frustrated at the fact that he was ball hogging, because I know he's better than that. That's why I'm extra annoyed with him. Just like with Randle. Randle moving the ball the whole he's moving the ball. He's running back on defense. There's a reason why I got at him the way I did. I know you're better than that. RJ Barrett averaged 9 points for a month. Dudes was coming on here talking about trade him. I remember that. I was on here. I remember 3 a.m. I was in my kitchen yelling at somebody on Uncle Freezy's show. He talking about trade RJ. Trade him for what? A bag of Skittles? Get out of my face with that nonsense.
I mean, let's look at it like this, right? Quickly is going to win us 3 to 4 games this year, or for simply coming in and having a hot night, right? That's valuable. That's valuable. I don't believe he's going to have a bad season. I think he's going to be what he's been.
So him being selfish to get us 3 wins is a good thing. Okay.
But I only see Quickly being selfish when Derrick Rose is not out there. When Derrick Rose is out there controlling the tempo and controlling the pace of that second unit, Quickly's not allowed to be selfish. He kind of plays within the flow.
Quickly wants to be the star. He wants to be the star. He wants to be the guy. This is team ball. The ball movement will win games.
Absolutely.
You have to play that way.
I think that's Okay, my bad.
So let me ask y'all this. Let me ask a more polarizing question. What happens? Like, where do you guys sit at the end of the Memphis Knicks game tomorrow night? If we win, what's your belief? And if we lose, what's your belief? And here's the reason why I asked this kindergarten question. If we go to Memphis and win, do we still feel the same about this team as we did, say, in coming out of the preseason? And if we go to Memphis and lose, do you double down on what you're already thinking?
I'll tell you this real quick, NG. Remember we started last season 5-1? Remember how we finished the preseason last season with Julius Randle game winner? Uncle Freeze, I'm still feel the same way. I'm still feel the same.
Okay. All right.
I'm of the belief that we're gonna walk into Memphis and win. So
I'm in that same
I think
boat.
that's gonna happen. Now,
who guarding job?
Like who? Man, listen. You can say that about every game against every team. You
So
can
who
point out
guarding
somebody and say
Desmond
who guarding this person.
Who guarding Desmond Bain?
They gotta guard us too. They gotta guard us too.
Cement legs feet. There you go.
They got guard us too.
Y'all already know who guarding
That's
John
why
Morant.
we missed Grimes, though. That's why we missed Grimes coming out.
John Morant played defense.
Jalen Brunson played defense.
Yeah, so the question about who's guarding John Morant, y'all already know who's guarding John. We know RJ Barrett is going to get a lot of reps on John. Y'all know this.
Yeah,
right?
He do good against Ja too.
Right, and y'all know this.
He does. RJ does good against Ja. He did.
Yeah, yeah. And the thing about it is what happens with Zaire Williams and Desmond Bain. Right? Can Fournier guard Zaire Williams?
No way.
Right. And can Brunson guard Desmond Bain?
Brunson's going to take so many charges. He's going to have a concussion.
That'd be a good one.
I think we were competitive with Memphis every time we played them last year.
Brunson is a pit.
That was without a point guard. Like there weren't too many games last year where we were just outclassed. And I truly believe that we're going to be in it at the end. In the fourth quarter, we're going to be in that game. If not, and I think Jalen Brunson makes a difference there. And I think also every time RJ plays John Morant, he gets up for that.
I think that the X factor in tomorrow's game is easy. Y'all know who the X factor is going to be, and we don't say it because a lot of people don't like Julius Randle.
Oh, it's definitely Julius Randle's X factor for the season.
Right, and so here's the thing, real quick. Paris Douglas says, "Thank you for the generous contribution." Paris Douglas says, "This buffoonery to be mad at a $2 million guy." I'm not mad at him. It's just open. It's just criticism. That's all, and it's critique. That's all. It's not mad at a Knicks player because I don't hate a Knicks player. You know what I'm saying? I'm saying that if we point out flaws in one person, we should be able to point out flaws in others too. We don't want to be hypocritical. So thank you for the generous contribution, Paris Duggar, who says it's buffoonery to be mad at a $2 million guy. I'm not mad at Quickly. Me, Subliminal 209 are in the Quickly fan club. We're criticizing his game. It sounds like I'm hating on Quickly. I'm not. I would love it for Quickly to become a star.
But Quickly is not a point guard. This is what I've been saying all this time. They're using him wrong. He's a shooting guard. A shooting guard going to look for his shot first before he passes the ball. So they need another ball handler guy that could support that. Like put McBride in and let Quickly play the two on the second unit. Because McBride could do the point guard better than Quickly can.
You know what's scary about what he just
Derrick
said?
Rose still be hurt.
So, you know what's scary about what you just said, brother? If Quickly is a shooting guard, why did we draft Quentin Grimes?
Quickly could play defense too.
Because his front office likes small guards.
Oh my!
So why didn't we trade for Donovan Mitchell?
We
Spider-Man. What? Spider-Man?
We like small guards, but
Hey, in case y'all didn't know it, at 11 in this year's draft, the Knicks drafted a 6'10", 216 wing player
and traded him.
with elite level defensive potential and a smooth 3-point stroke, and he looked like he may be a starter for the Oklahoma City Thunder.
Yeah.
But they traded him.
Look, you know what bothers me?
They traded back and they drafted. But King Angie, they traded back, and guess what they drafted in the second round? Another 6'4" guard.
That's not good. By the way,
don't get it.
Trevor Kills is not ever going to be anything for the Knicks. I'm sorry to tell you.
I agree. They don't get it.
What bothers me? They make it seem like we had to trade our pick to get Jalen Brunson, and we didn't.
We didn't. We had to do that.
Thank you.
We didn't have to trade our pick to get. We could have had the exact same offseason plus Ousmane Deng or Edie, right? What's the guy name? You know what I'm talking about. The big wing that we also passed on that was going bonkers in preseason. Right? We could have had Eason, not Edie. I don't know why I'm thinking Edie. Eason, right? We could have had the exact same offseason and had one of those wings. Easily. People also forget that we gave up a pick for Cam Reddish. And he's about to go for nothing.
Yo, you want to know something crazy?
Nothing.
It looks like with Freezy, call me diabolical if you want. And G, y'all can call me crazy right now. Tibbs is sabotaging the man. This is what gives me the assumption. And G, this gave me the last game. Tibbs came out right out the gate and ran 2 straight pick and roll plays for Evan Fournier. That tells me, F you to the fans. I'm going to prove a point.
Right.
You tell me, when has he ever ran a pick and roll set for Cam Reddish? I'll wait.
Don't wait. Hey, don't hold your breath, though.
You can't do that because Quickly is dominating that ball.
No. When Reddish started, how come Tibbs didn't run 2 pick and roll plays for Reddish when he started? Why he could do that for Evan but can't do it for Reddish? Sabotage. It's for him to say,
right.
I was right and not playing Reddish. You know what's karma? We all know what karma is. You're gonna get that shit. You're gonna get that shit again this season. Watch.
They need to fire Tip ASAP. I will fire Tip ASAP.
But see, my thing is
and that was gonna go back to my take on what you said, Freezy. Like when you asked me where I was gonna sit after the Grizzlies game, if we win or lose, regardless, Tibbs is going to get fired.
No, man.
I don't put this on Tibbs, man. I don't put this on Tibbs, man.
It's not on Tibbs, but it's just how I feel about it. Even
Tibbs stubborn, man. He's just gonna go back to his old trick when the season starts.
It sounds like a bunch of narrative covering going on.
Yeah, this a Leon Rose thing, but Tibbs ain't got nothing to do with this. Sorry to tell you, like it's a Leon. It was Leon Rose's job to trade $18 million Evan Fournier. You don't leave that up to your coach to put him on the bench. You trade him, right?
Question.
That's front office.
Have y'all dudes looked at the Knicks' first 10 games?
Yes. Yes, the first.
We're above 500 after 10.
So wait,
what? Okay.
6-4. 6-4.
All right, the people's champ has spoken.
6-4.
6-4.
You know why the Knicks is going to be below 500?
Why?
Because when we get the Grizzlies, then it's the Pistons.
Hey, I'm gonna use the restroom right quick. Yeah, I'll be right back.
Then it's the Hornets.
The first 5 games is a winning record easily.
I hear you, but I don't hear you because then we got the Bucks, the Cavs,
without Chris Middleton,
the 76ers, the Celtics, the Timberwolves, the Nets. Listen, they don't need Chris Middleton to beat us.
We're not gonna go 0-4 though. See, that's the thing. Like a lot of the times when we look at the schedule and we see like a bunch of tough teams in a row, we think we're gonna lose all of them. We're not gonna lose all of them. So out of those 6 games, if you give us 2, that's 5-5.
Yeah,
so
but the problem with us is
0-4, I don't think we're gonna go 0-4. I think we're gonna steal a couple of those games. If
I
it's
agree
2-4 in those 6, we're not going 0-4. So as long as we get 3 of those first 4, We're gonna finish 500
So
after
we
those
think.
first
So
10
we
games.
The
think.
problem is we step up for better teams, right?
We
But
do.
sometimes we sleep on teams that we supposed to beat, and then it'd be a dogfight, and then we lose some of those games, so it balances back out. So even if you say we're gonna beat those teams, like I agree with you, Angie, but we gotta make sure that they beat the team that we're supposed to beat, because that's always been our problem.
No, I just feel like the energy around this team right now, all of the because we just laid out the idiotic things the front office has done, but I think with the players, I think the energy around it right now is a lot of like players that got something to prove. You feel me? And I don't
We've
think they're
had
gonna
energy.
come out beginning of the year sleeping. I just don't think so.
We go into it, but you always go in with positive thoughts every beginning of the season. Everybody's energy looks great. Randle's skipping around shooting flour out of his ass. I mean, what do I care about that stuff? Let's see it on the court. I really don't
what we're
care.
talking about. We're talking about the first 10 games of the season.
I'm supposed to be positive and get my heart ripped out while we can lose.
We're talking about the first 10 games. Like none of us had us starting 5-1 the first 6 games last year. Nobody did. So it's very possible. Like I just don't think we're gonna like this season is not gonna be
good
terrible.
to be positive. It's good to have the rose-colored glasses, but you're gonna have to take them off at some point because once it starts going south, once it starts going south, don't say I didn't tell you so. Because every year something like this, we got this coach who's expired. His playbooks are expired and all that stuff.
Did last year go south?
Yes.
And guess what? Guess what? We won 37 games.
Brother,
what does that mean?
No, listen.
Angie.
So listen. If that's south, right? The problem is that we're stuck in purgatory. We're in the middle ground. We're not terrible, and we're not good enough to compete, right? So my point is, we're going to be an average basketball team. We're going to be an average basketball team. We're going to win a lot of games. We're going to lose a lot. We're going to finish a little bit over 500.
And we're not going to make the playoffs. You think we were going to make the playoffs?
I didn't say that.
I think we're going to make the playoffs this year.
Here's my thing, Angie, about what you just said.
Oh boy!
The last 2 years, the Knicks been going south. I don't count the 4th seed. So, Angie, when I look at the Pistons, they're a better team. When I look at Orlando, they just got the #1 pick. They're a better team. The Hornets, that's the easy win. The Knicks should
got a lot of background. I can't hear.
If somebody got feedback, they got to mute up.
We're much better than the Pistons. Much better.
Well,
that's CWC.
Yeah, it is. CW. Did you put mute? There we go. There you get it.
We will see when the season starts. But
I saw it in the preseason. They're gonna be bad, man.
Who?
Detroit's gonna be bad.
Angie, if there was weed, we'll be smoking right now. You continuously preying on the downfall of other teams.
No, I'm not. I'm just saying what I think. They're gonna be bad. Detroit's gonna be bad. They're gonna be
You're talking the downfall of us, though.
Listen, this season a win-win for me this year. If we lose, Tibbs will be fired, and I will get a lottery pick.
No, but look, Steve.
The difference with Detroit is not expecting to win. That's the difference. They expecting to build for the future, and that's the difference between us and them. And I talk about that a lot on our show. It's just basically about choosing a direction. When you talk about the talent that they have in those young players, if they keep letting those players play, and you not letting your young players play, they ahead of the curve. If we say, "Oh, we doing this," and it don't equate to playoffs, then was it worth it? That's always my take on it.
I think that's true, State. I think that's why you feel like that, State, because think about it. If the Knicks would let us know what direction they're moving in instead of being on both sides of the fence, then maybe we would look at our roster in a better direction because maybe we could, I don't know. I'm just saying.
You don't got to even imagine what they doing. That's what they doing, bro. They know that they trying to go for a superstar. They trying to go for a player. They stockpiling picks. Think about it. They just went in the market and didn't get the guy that they wanted, which to me didn't make sense because when you do that, you got to be willing to spend more to not make you look like this. So now they trying to sell us something that they just tried to sell themselves. You know what I'm saying? Something that they tried to get rid of, they trying to sell to us now. You know what I'm saying?
I just want us to be honest that our bad season is going to be 40 wins. Like because we look at last year as rock bottom, or we everything fell apart, and we won 37. Right, so a bad season is relative, pretty much to what Howard was saying, relative to your expectations, right? So when we talk about us not having a great season, remember we're not talking about like it was a few years ago when we won 17 games. We're not talking about that. We talking about you guys believe we're going to be an average team, right? 37 wins, contrary to popular belief, is not a bad season. It's just not. It's an average season, right?
And the
So
East
that's
got
why
better
I
though too.
decided.
It's a
NG.
good
Throw that
season
in
for
there,
a team
NG,
that
that the
won
East is better too
17
now.
years 2 years prior. That's a
Our
good
issue
season
is
for a
we
team that won
decided
17 wins.
But every year
we
more and more
decided to
wins
get.
come. Go ahead, NG. Finish.
You know what I'm saying? We decided to be a functional basketball team when the East got stacked. That's our problem, right? But if 3
Exactly.
years ago, if we had this same roster and we won 40-something games, we'd be in the playoffs squarely, right?
But that
But it's
proves
because
my
the East
point.
got better. So we got to look at it relative. If we win 44 games and miss the playoffs, that's a bad season?
But
I don't think so.
Truth be told, 44 games might
I
get you
think,
in the
like I
playoffs
said
this year.
earlier, I think making the playoffs is that step for them to say that they made, because they made all these moves, the moves that they're making, instead of really growing the guys. Like why we just brought up the whole Detroit comparison. In a nutshell, what they don't care about, like they don't expect to be good. Like, you know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, I never heard them say that, but I'm looking at the way they just playing guys the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't think we go about it the same way. But I think it's about facing what you really are so you can let the talent that you have. But if they don't believe in the players that they really have, why should they do that as well? So it puts us
And
in
see,
that
and see,
position.
and see, Harwell, I don't really look at making the playoffs as success. I look at finishing top 8, right? Because our minds have been kind of like changed to think that being in the top 6 is success now. When just 2 years ago, the top 8 seeds were playoff teams.
Yeah, that's not reality. Yeah.
Right. So finishing top 6 is an unrealistic expectation for us to have. Right.
I disagree.
Finishing top 8 to me is a success.
No,
like, first of all, because you get 2 chances to get into the playoffs. You get 2 chances.
Yeah. I think 8 or 9. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. Like I just don't think 44 wins in the top 8 seed we can look at and say, oh, we had a bad year. Like, I don't. You're setting yourself up for disappointment if that's how you're thinking.
All right, let me
what
do
he's
this
saying.
real
What
quick.
he's
Paris
saying.
Sucker, thank you for the generous contribution. Paris Sucker says, I want to hear y'all say RJ needs to beat Ja. Randle's got to win it. Nah, all I see is deflection from the guys that's supposed to beat Memphis. Ben.
Supposed to beat Memphis. I don't know if he's supposed to beat Memphis. Now that's a stretch. But I think we can.
y'all
killing me. It's one game. It's the first game of the season. We can't think it's like it's a playoff 1 and out.
Yeah, it's not the end of the world if we lose.
Nah, but it's not. But it's not that though. The thing is not the what's going to happen. They're going to crown us champs if we beat Memphis. Is the showing against Memphis is what we judge. How we look against Memphis based on the offseason that we had. You know what I'm saying? Is Jalen Brunson enough? Is Randle Bubble Jew? Is 4th year RJ the guy? Is 5th year Mitchell Robinson capable of being 18-10? And if none of that comes to fruition against Memphis, that makes us reconsider what we've been looking at.
Well, I'll tell you what, Jalen Brunson's a star.
Yeah, he's gonna be the star leading this tank. If Tibbs gonna start Evan Fournier, I'll tell you that.
And it's not because of how much.
No doubt.
It's his efficiency.
Hey, listen, we came out of the shoot
during the other game, and he had 25 and was 9 for 13.
Okay,
as a 6-foot guard.
That's cute against what Indiana. Look, listen.
I don't care who it's against.
Angie, that's cute, right? 37 games last season is a failure. I'm gonna tell you why. You won late March games, but then try to sell me on you trading up for Jaden Ivey. You can't do stuff like that, Angie. Can't have it both ways. And then the season before, can't have it both ways. You make the playoffs, but you see a deep lottery. This season, you're not going to be able to be stuck in the middle because the bad teams in the East, a lot of them aren't bad anymore. The only bad team in the East is 2. Indiana, the Hornets. After those 2, the rest of those teams can hoop. Orlando can hoop. We lost to Orlando multiple times in the past few seasons.
Yeah, we shouldn't have. We shouldn't have.
No. Well, this season, they got the number 1 pick. Cole Anthony is coming. You act like Wendell Carter Jr.
You act like this dude is the second coming of Christ, though,
yeah,
bro.
So this is what we do as Knicks fans. We hype up everybody else's roster, and everybody on our roster is trash.
Thank you.
How does that make sense?
Because most of my players under 40%.
Talk about the Knicks roster when you talk about Orlando roster. Orlando's probably going to win 20 something games.
About, bro? What are you talking about?
Can I? Everybody else riding everybody else's jock around here, but I own.
Orlando's going to win 20 something games.
6 points. What am I supposed to hang my hat on?
That great roster in Orlando is going to win 20 something games.
Brother,
that great roster.
Oh my Lord!
You need foresight.
It's not about no. We're talking about next season. You said that those teams don't stink anymore. They're going to be lottery
doing next season. What are the Knicks doing next season?
They're going to be better than Orlando, Detroit, in the end, by far.
What's the end game? A playing seed?
You're going to know that.
That's pathetic.
I'm not disagreeing with you though.
That's where the problem comes in at.
I'm not disagreeing with you.
When you can't disagree with that point right there, then that's a fact because you risking the development of your guys for really nothing. If you said the 8th seed or the play and they don't make it, don't matter right now. So you risking that for nothing. And as far as whoever said that about Johnson, I don't know about that, brother. Who is that? That's Corey Lee. That's what you said, bro?
No, I did not.
I don't know who said that, but
I've been one of the main people talking about how my whole frustration with the Knicks is that we haven't chosen a direction, right?
You're skipping. Wait a minute, hold on.
No, listen,
you're skipping this, but you're skipping this season and thinking about next year. We're gonna be better next season. We didn't even play game 1 yet.
No, I'm not. What I'm saying is,
you said that.
You gotta let me finish, bro. You gotta let me finish.
Oh, good Lord.
He's not wrong about that part.
So that's why
he's breaking down our team that the players that we have it should be better than those teams right now from how they're going about it.
I'm not saying I disagree with our direction and being frustrated with that. What I'm saying is we're talking of as of next season. I believe we're still better than those teams. Would I rather us pick a direction? Absolutely. But I'm talking about the reality of next
That's
season.
What he's saying. He don't disagree with State. He's just saying that in reality we are, which I can understand. I had that same discussion with Worldwide L, so I understand what King Angie is saying, but State point is a fact because it don't make sense if it don't work. If you don't make the playoffs, to me, that's my point. I can't say an 8th or 9th seed. You know, if they make the play and they win it, then you gotta give them credit for that too. It is what it is because that's the direction that they're shooting for. You know what I mean?
I think when listen, Mitch, RJ, Brunson, everybody else.
2 Steve Mills draft picks, by the way. Keep going.
You're 100% correct. Everybody else, I'm not attached to, and I'm not married to.
Stop right there. You're not attached to them because they're not that good.
Yeah, but I've been saying that, bro. I said this 2 months ago. I said our young core is overrated. I was one of the main people saying that. I was saying that before you agreed with me that our young core is overrated.
So why?
Oh my God.
So why do we sit here and we?
Yeah, because that sounded like you were saying something else a few minutes ago.
No, not at all.
Yeah, for you to say that what you just said, because that sounded like you and Corey Lee was agreeing, because he don't think that. You need to hear what you just said, because that's the only reason why we saying what we saying. Because I know why I said what I'm saying. I think he know because I agree. So it's not like we talking in circles. Because when that point came out about where they're gonna be, it still don't matter if it don't get you nowhere. It's just the same thing.
Yeah,
you better building your team for the future. That's smart building.
Which is why I wanted to trade. Which is why I wanted to trade for Donovan Mitchell, because my point was if you're gonna go and not play the young guys, trade them for a star. Go all in one direction. Right? That has been my whole point this whole off season. Right? My only point is I don't think we're gonna be terrible this year. To me, that's still annoying, right? It's still annoying because we're not going anywhere with this. Right? So, we're not gonna be good enough to win a championship no time soon. And we're not gonna be bad enough to get a high end talent. So I agree 100%. I don't disagree with that. I just disagree with the idea that we're going to suck next season because we don't like the direction the team is going.
Yo, who was that got background joint going on? Somebody got background joint going on?
That's not me. I ain't do that.
Okay.
Hey, are we winning the championship this year? No. Play the young guys. What we doing? Just play the young guys, man.
What young guys? We play the young guys. They're not good.
Well, we played them how. See, I don't like when you say that. I watch Knicks games. We play them how and when.
I think the dude here at work.
How and when. And G, you could doodle your toilet. Don't doodle on me.
No matter how many times you give a dummy a test, you always gonna fail it.
Come on, man. Come on.
A dummy is a dummy is a dummy. You feel me? Like if they don't got it, they don't got it. More minutes is not gonna make them get it.
But and G, you're proving my point of why the Knicks don't go harder when it comes to tanking. If you're gonna continuously
remember last year.
Oh God, you got so much feedback, brother.
Computer love.
Yeah,
Take off your mask. Your mask is breaking up.
Yeah, man. Your mask.
Hey, let me do the super chat real quick. Paris Duggar, thank you for the generous contribution. Paris Duggar says, state when Banchero stands next to Randle and says, damn dude is bigger than me, and state Jaden Ivey is garbage. Cam garbage. Stop capping for BS state.
How's Scotty Barnes?
Garbage?
How's Scotty Barnes? Hold on. How's Scotty Barnes, everybody? How he look?
What's Scotty Barnes got to do with the Knicks, state?
No, he got almighty fourth seed. Every time I look at Evan Fournier's face, I think of one of those draft picks.
When did Scotty get drafted? What position he got drafted at?
Oh, he
like
got drafted fourth. When the Knicks made the playoffs, and got stomped out.
I just don't think the NBA is ever going to get a Knicks a high draft pick, no matter how much they lose.
Oh, so why did they give us 3?
Because they knew it was the two.
Now, they gave us 3. They gave us 3 because they couldn't give us 1.
Okay, cool. I'm good with 3. So
we was at 11, right? That's not that far from 6 or 5, bro.
In my Knicks lifetime, I watched the Knicks draft in the top 5 twice. Both times they drafted me an all-star because I know RJ is going to be an all-star. How dare you not think about that way again? And then shout out to Paris Duggar. He's showing a lot of support. Brother, I would send Randle to Wakanda for Pilar Banchero. So don't even talk to me about those.
Wakanda's not a real place.
I know. And
so you gonna send Randle to an imaginary place?
Yes.
But if you even compare Randle and Banchero as a rookie, what does that tell you? That tells you the ends that the NBA is going to be in. These kids got talent. We just saying it so that Knicks could know that we could get some of this talent, bro. I
think Paris Duggar was saying that to combat State acting like Orlando was going to be a threat next year. Like that's what he was saying that as because next year Paolo Banchero don't want to smoke with Julius Randle next year.
But they beat Orlando beat us and they wasn't even healthy. And now
they shouldn't have. They shouldn't have though.
But now Orlando,
see what I just said.
Orlando is healthy this year, and we saying that Orlando's not going to be competitive. Heck Breezo, thank you for the generous super chat. Heck Breezo says they picked a direction. It's called mediocrity. Heartbreak Hotel.
Yep.
Orlando playing their young guys. They're gonna get better.
But see, this is what we talk about both sides of our mouths, though.
Direction.
We talk about how the Knicks are gonna struggle because the East is so competitive, and then we say a team like Orlando is gonna thrive. Even aren't they playing in the same East?
Yeah, but
no, they're not saying that. We're not saying that. We're saying the same thing that we just said. They chose a direction by bringing in these young kids, playing them right away, bro.
But what makes us think they're going to be a competitive basketball team?
This is the key part, and this is always my point, my main take. In 2 to 3 years from now, by letting those players play, like he said, Cole Anthony, Carter, and
Suggs,
Banchero,
Wagner,
yeah, bro. 3 years from now, Orlando's gonna be okay, bro. And I just want to feel the same way about the Knicks. I don't want to be like false, like these people advertising these players that they saying possibly could be these great players when I know that's not true. Because if that was the case, why they're not playing them more? Why they not handling them better? You know what I'm saying? Even RJ Barrett stood in a corner for the beginning of last season, and they had Julius Randle just pounding the basketball clear out like he's mellow overnight. This is the type of stuff that the Knicks do, bro. They try to shoot to the championship or shoot to the playoffs, and there's no process for them. It don't work like because we make so much money. They think that they got to keep fooling people. We're gonna be better this year. No, the jig is up.
Forget about the rest of the roster. Let's talk about the top 3 because I pointed out 3 players on the Knicks that I think are can be members of a team that competes. So Jalen Brunson, RJ Barrett, Mitchell Robinson, right? Are you for certain that Orlando's top 3 will be better than those 3 in the next 3 years?
Wait, say that.
Jalen Brunson, RJ Barrett, Jalen Brunson, RJ Barrett. State, you think RJ Barrett might be one of the top 10 Knicks of all time?
That's
I
a
saw
fact.
you on Twitter say Jalen Brunson
That's
is a
a
star.
fact.
Right,
That's
so
a fact.
Jalen Brunson, RJ Barrett, and Mitchell Robinson is a bad three to build around.
But I know you didn't. Man,
I'm asking.
Hey, let me
I
jump
want your
in. I want to jump in here on. I
Bro,
want
you
to jump in
throwing
here
Clear
a
out
on
the
all
room.
that, but
Clear out
to
the room.
compare
just real quick.
to even throw a rookie in there
Hold on. Scotty Barnes is on Obi's reverse dunk poster. LOL. Thank you for that, Paris Duggar. And yo, to what King Ant G just said, the people's champ. Listen, don't try to argue with King Ant G. He's the people champ. Don't go out here and try to get these L's. The people's champ dishes out L's on like a daily basis. So if you want an L, challenge the people champ, right? But here's the thing about what he said though. You can't deny that the three players that he mentioned in terms of the NBA landscape are three really good players. They are three really good players. Now, what those three can accomplish together with a little help from the rest of the roster, we don't know because the landscape is dicey. Can Tibbs get out of his own way? Is the East really as good as we think it can be? Can the kids on the roster step up and contribute? We don't know all of these things because we don't know if we'll get all of those things, none of those things, or something in the middle. What we do know for a fact is this team won 37 wins last year without Brunson, right? So if you add Brunson, you automatically think the team is going to be better. But at the same time, how does the Knicks getting better versus the East getting better? Can the Knicks overcome the East getting better? And can they get contributions from young players? Appreciate you, Paris.
And Freeze, one of my big things is you line up Cole Anthony and Jalen Brunson, give me Jalen Brunson. Franz Wagner, RJ Barrett, give me RJ Barrett. Wendell Carter and Mitch, toss up. Am I wrong?
Right.
I can tell you the disadvantages.
Name the rest of the roster.
The disadvantages is how our team is the playing these guys, how they developing those guys, and how the other teams are, how those guys is already just playing for their teams and
but
planning
those guys
around
are starters. Hardwill, RJ, Jalen Brunson, and Mitch are top 4 players on the team.
So no. I thought you were talking about the 3 starters on the Knicks. You compared, right?
You said you want the same way the Mavericks fans are excited about the group they have in 3 years. You say you want to be excited about the Knicks. Why don't RJ Barrett, Jalen Brunson, and Mitch Robinson make you excited?
No. See, this is my problem. We act like we snap our finger and everything just is going to be fixed, right? Remember how I just broke down how RJ was in the corner? Like, I go back to the whole process of what are they doing to make this kid better? Yeah, he got better through all of that because as he's supposed to, right? He still got to find a way to play his best ability. But did they put him in the best position? No. We could be finding excuses about the point guard thing and all that. Fine. I'll even accept that because now we have a point guard. But those other teams who players were in position and playing, they're developing better, if you ask me. So when you say, is this player better, that player is better, we go with the Knicks players because we Knicks fans. But when you got to really break it down the right way, these players are playing. You talking about like dudes that's 1- and 2nd-year players that's in a position like Obi and those guys on our team. Not like the guys you're naming. You see what I'm saying? It's a difference because
but the guys I'm naming are around, like they're under 24 years old.
Now you got to go by years in the league, bro.
But why?
Now you can say Mitchell, because that's what the league is going by. You like for instance,
but we can't act like Cole. It's a fact that Cole Anthony will ever be as good as Jalen Brunson right now.
How do you know that? Hold on. First of all,
I said we can't act like it's a fact.
Anthony, neither one of them are proven yet. So respectfully, just because Brunson is on our team, I don't know. Like that.
Jalen Brunson is much more proven than Cole Anthony on the collegiate level and the NBA level. Cole Anthony has not
what's Brunson age? What's Brunson age and what's Cole Anthony
25?
No,
yeah,
you
just said age.
Something like that.
You just said age matter. That's the difference in age there.
So Brunson is 26 and Cole Anthony is 22.
When you said Wagner,
RJ, who you want?
When you said Wagner and Bonchero, you naming players, right? This is my main point to just want to give you a good feedback on that question. You comparing dudes who've been in the league for 1 or 2 years, reference the dudes who are behind because they didn't put these dudes in better position throughout the situation that we had them dudes.
Okay.
Yeah,
Hey, let me
I
do
just
this real
don't.
quick. So Paris Duggar, thank you for the generous contribution. Paris Duggar says, Uncle Freezy was MIA, so I had to cash him up, hit up a bit. Hey man, thank you, man. Appreciate you, bro, for supporting the channel. Y'all, I got about like 5 minutes left before I got to do something else. So what I want to do is just go around the room real quick and get some thoughts for some that hadn't been able to jump in. So I wanted to start with Lee and then go to D'Angelo and then make our way around the room in 5 minutes so that I can jump out here and do some other stuff real quick. Lee,
All
what's good, brother?
right. Nothing much, but I appreciate you having me out here. Hey, I'm just sitting here just crazy how we just dissecting this team and we ain't even played the first
Good
game yet.
sir.
And we broke each other down and we just talk about how we just trash already. That's just got me crazy. I'm just like, damn.
Yeah,
Y'all
man.
can pass it on each other. Y'all go
Yeah,
on.
man.
I'm
Hey,
done.
D'Angelo, go ahead, D'Angelo. Mr. Hurst in the building.
Yeah. Listen, I mean, what is there to say about this team? I listen, get my heart ripped out every season. Like all us Knicks fans, we're positive now. Yes, we didn't play a game yet. I hear what you're saying. But you know, I'm tired of the same narrative every year. This coach is frustrating. Listen, I want to be wrong by the end of the year. We have a great season. Make it to the second round of the playoffs or make it to the playoffs, period. I don't see that. I think we're going to get a couple more wins from last season, and that's it. I mean, the coach is not going to change his ways. Randle's got to change his way. He's not the first option. That man's got to change his ways big time because he thinks he's the first option. Brunson, he can't stand in the way for Brunson. Let him lead the team. Brunson, I think, will be fine, but I think he's going to get burnt out in the way Tibbs coaches him. He's going to get this guy injured. He's going to play him too many minutes. He's going to take too many charges. This guy's going to get a concussion with this team. He's going to have to do anything. He's not going to be the savior of this team. We all know that, but it'll balance it out. It's going to balance out things. So, Freezy, I love you. I hope you get that power back on. An electrician comes soon.
Yeah,
okay,
man, he's still ain't here, bro. I've been waiting since 9 o'clock.
You can never count on them, man.
I know. I see that now.
Thank you, Freezy, but let the other guys talk.
Yeah, hey, Paris Duggar, thank you for the generous contribution. Paris Duggar says, I need real basketball minds to stop and say, I realize
here he
players
goes.
got to work on their games in preseason, get up shots, get in shape, and try things. Yeah, man. CWC, you got something? CWC dip? Hey, State, what you got, bro?
Paris Duggar's a company man.
Yeah.
I'm done with him. I'm not a blind optimist. I understand what the Knicks got in front of me. Shout outs to Rayology. It's sad that it's Ray, and this is from me to you. Keep saying your takes. I know you said the Knicks is going to start out 13-27. You have a good point about saying that. So don't be afraid to say that on Twitter like ever. Don't care about what other people think, because these are the same people that was getting at me after the 4th seed season, and look where we're at. Once again, after another year. So y'all could go in with y'all blind Nick West game deep. 1 and think we're gonna win every game.
Okay.
Let's go.
Okay.
Let's go Knicks.
Okay.
That's deep.
All right.
I think that explains in a nutshell what it is. Like, people got short-term memories, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And I've just been a Knicks fan too long to fall victim to that. I'm always gonna call it how I see it. It's all love at the end of the day. Shout out to the chat. You know what I'm saying? Everybody on the panel, dope show. King Angie, Corey Lee, State, D'Angelo, Greeny, Freezy. Hope all is well.
We getting there, bro.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, no doubt. And Paris Duggar, thank you for the generous contribution. Paris Duggar says, State, great guest. I owned a company 27 years. Bam, now take that. Take that.
Take that, data.
Yeah, man.
I'm gonna say this.
He worked for the Knicks.
I'm gonna use my brother State words against him. It was State who said RJ Barrett could be a top 10 Knick of all time. It was State who said Jalen Brunson is a star. It was State who said Mitchell Robinson could be Defensive Player of the Year and have a big season, right? So using State's logic, we have a bright future.
50 wins.
Because that looks like 2 All-Stars and a Defensive Player of the Year.
What's the
that gets you 50 wins.
He try to convince you with your own words, State.
No, he is. But
that looks like
to
me that looks like 2 All-Stars plus a Defensive Player of the Year. If you can't get excited about a team that has that in their future, then I don't know what you can get excited about.
And G, just keep it 1,000 with the panel. Before you go, keep it 1,000 with the panel. What is my caveat for the Knicks winning 50 games, fellas?
Yo, let me do this real quick. Jay Boogie, thank you for your generous contribution. Jay Boogie in the building. It's good to see you, Jay Boogie. Jay Boogie says, I will be shooting the first scene of the video song, The Biggest, starting at 10 a.m. at the NBA store Thursday morning. Anybody want to come out? Man, make sure y'all go support Jay Boogie at the NBA store. Go be in the video, bro. Support our main man, Jay Boogie. That's our brother.
Big him up.
Go show your love.
That's right, Jay Boog. That's right.
Salute, Boogie. You already know I'm pulling up.
Yo, y'all gonna be, if you're gonna be in the city, go hang out with Jay
Pull
Boogie.
them toys out. Pull them toys out for Boogie.
Yeah, man. So shout out to my man Jay Boogie, man. And Greeny, you still there?
I'm here.
Cars.
You know I'm here. I'm gonna give my short little take. You know I'm short-winded, and I'm gonna be on the optimism bandwagon here. I just want to say shout out to the Knicks. I hope they get to a great season, get off to a great start. I've been preaching this for a long time. Mitch is gonna be dominant this season. My boy's gonna show y'all why he dominated the first game of the season, and RJ Barrett gonna have 25 against the Grizzlies. I'm out of here.
Yeah,
Man, I'm gonna just say future.
Beat me to the NBA store. Beat me to the NBA store for Jay Boogie. You know what I'm saying? Knick fans, pull up with your gear, bring your cars out, show up for my guy Jay Boogie, man, for real.
For sure. And let me say this before I get out of here, because I got some other stuff that I gotta work on. Y'all know I'm jumping back on later. First of all, you can't dispute King Ant G, the people's champion, win, right? Secondly, what I want to say is, the off season is finally over. The regular season
starts
is here.
Today.
The regular season is here. Ooh. All the discussion we had in the off season, all the thoughts that we had about what we should have done and all that stuff is over with. Now it's time to show up and show out. My other thought is, man, I missed y'all so much. I hate that I wasn't able to be here, you know what I'm saying, and give Knicks fans a voice so that they can voice their opinions. I'm gonna try to do the best I can to be back. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna rock. I'm gonna jump back on in a few minutes. I'm gonna try to do the Knicks at Night podcast and rock. And for those that appreciate a Knicks fans channel where you can come and give your own opinion and not be rushed off the air, not saying you got 10 seconds to talk, 20 seconds to talk, all of that. This is the place for you. It's legit a true Knicks fans channel. Man, I'm gonna see y'all in a little bit. Much love. Peace, y'all.